Hello, I'm Jenkins and welcome to highlights of the 2011 Formula SimRacing World Championship. The 11th round of the championship is the Hungarian Grand Prix. One of the most twisty circuits on the calendar, this circuit is very hard on the tyres and is known for its lack of overtaking opportunities. These two factors make qualifying and pit strategy of the utmost importance here at the Hungarian. Pole position yielded yet another surprising performance from Patrick de Witt, the fast and speed driver earning his third career pole. The twisty driver rFactor qualified in second, just ahead of Bono Huis. Morgan Moran achieved his best ever qualifying performance, setting the fourth fastest time ahead of Reino Room, who also did well to qualify in fifth. Filling in for Frederick Nilsson, David Dominguez qualified in sixth, ahead of Dimitri de Matos for Too Fast For You and Lee Morris for the Ward F1 team. Blair Disley would start on ninth on the grid, ahead of Mikko Puumalainen in 10th. To the race start and a good launch off the line ensured that Patrick de Witt comfortably kept his first place on the rundown into the first corner. RFactor moved to the outside, then cut across the track to try and get on the inside for turn 2. The move almost worked for Kirchhoff, but into turn 2, the twister driver slipped on the cold tyres and ran wide. Unfortunately, Kirchhoff then tripped over Moran's front ring and slid into the barriers. De Witt then also slipped due to the cold rubber coming off the track and being challenged by Huis into turn 5. Huis made the pass but ran wide and lost the position back to de Witt, and only just kept ahead of Moran in third. The rest of the field cleanly made it through the opening lap, incident 3. It quickly became apparent that Bono Huis was being held up by de Witt, and on lap 6, Huis made a textbook pass through turn 2 to take over the race lead. A small slip up from de Witt later on saw him lose second place to Morgan Moran, who was now in the ideal position to drive on for his maiden podium. Yet another mistake from de Witt resulted in Reino Room slipping past, the fast and speed driver clearly struggling to find any grip. David Dominguez was next in line to overtake de Witt, but the Spaniard put the power down too early on the exit of the final turn, sliding hard into the Armco and ruining his suspension. After just 8 laps, both of the Twister racing cars were out of the race. With a race victory more than enough to secure the 2011 World Championship, Bono Huis continued to lead the race, with Morgan Moran surprisingly keeping up with the Dutchman. A long way behind was Reino Room in third, and after several laps of searching for a way through, Mikko Puumalainen eventually got into a slipstream of de Witt and made a pass into turn 1. The first round of pit stops began as early as lap 15, and while most of the field pitted without an incident, a spin on the entry for Reino Room proved to be disastrous, with the Estonian losing valuable time correcting the car. To add insult to injury, Room then breached the pit speed limit and was handed a stop-and-go penalty. By lap 20, the entire field completed their first stops, and most of those who pitted early had now gained a position. Blair Disley leapfrogged Dimitri de Matos for 4th, John-Eric Saxon was now ahead of Lee Morris in the battle for 6th, and Jim Parisis lost out to both Mikkonen and Vermeulen, dropping him into 9th position. However, things soon went wrong for Jaakko Mikkonen when the Finn ran wide out of turn 7, touched the grass, hit Patrick de Witt and slammed his car into the barriers, losing his front wing in the process. In the second stint, Bono Huis managed to slowly pull away from Morgan Moran in second place, looking almost certain to take the race victory. Mikko Puumalainen continued on in third, though he couldn't quite manage to shake off Disley and de Matos. De Matos seemed to be faster than Disley, but with next to no overtaking opportunities, it was nearly impossible for the Frenchman to attempt the pass. Likewise, Lee Morris could not find a way around John-Eric Saxon in 6th place, being forced to patiently wait for a mistake. Vermeulen, Parisis and Lapchin made up the rest of the top 10, the 3 drivers running their own races with relatively large gaps in front and behind. De Matos and Saxon were the first drivers to make their second stop, and with de Matos having hopes of leaping Disley, the Frenchman crucially cleared Jim Parisis into turn 1 on his outlap. Both Puumalainen and Disley pitted on the following lap. While it finally looked like Disley had done enough to keep his 4th place, de Matos jumped on the opportunity and used a late corner entry to pass Disley on the inside. A bizarre incident in the pit lane saw Cyril Vermeulen lose control and crash his McCall car into his own garage. And in the battle for 6th place, Lee Morris was unable to leap John-Eric Saxon, and with no scheduled stops remaining, the Briton would have to find a way through out on the track. However, having yet to make his stop, Yannick Lapchin was caught by Saxon and Morris, and with Saxon unable to immediately find a way round, Morris took full advantage of the situation and made a daring pass up the inside of turn 6. Although it took Morris another lap to clear Lapchin, the World F1 driver kept ahead of Saxon, and with a clear track in front, Morris quickly pulled away in 6th place. Sadly, Lapchin's race didn't last much longer, with the Too Fast For You engine breaking down with just 18 laps remaining. Having won all but one of the rounds raced so far, Bonnequist secured the 2011 World Championship with a victory at the Hungaroring, showing a dominance never seen before in a 10-year-long history of the Formula Sim Racing League. Morgan Moran finished in 2nd, gaining his first ever podium, and a 2nd podium for ATR Silverline in their maiden season. Mikko Puumalainen rounded off the top 3, driving a rock-solid race for the McCorp team. Dimitri de Matos couldn't find a way around Puumalainen for a podium finish, but was nonetheless delighted with his best ever result in a World Championship Grand Prix. Blair Disley finished a strong race in 5th, ahead of a slightly disappointed Lee Morris in 6th. John Eric Saxon crossed the line in 7th, and Jim Parisis achieved his best result in 8th, picking up valuable points for the Ghost Speed Racing team. After an unscheduled stop, Jaakko Mikkonen finished in 9th ahead of Patrick Gavitt in 10th, and Reino Room then finished in 11th place. Tony Heikkinen was the last of the race finishers in 12th. As the championship has now been won by Bonnequist, the focus now moves on to the battle for 2nd place. Mikko Puumalainen, Nilsson and Kirchhoff remain separated by just 9 points, and with 5 rounds still remaining, the 2nd step of the podium is still well and truly up for grabs. Yet another strong result from Blair Disley keeps the Australian in 7th place, and Morgan Moran's incredible result put him well back inside the top 10 in 8th position. With Twister Racing failing to score any points for the first time all season, Precision Motorsports now have an outside chance of securing their Constructors' Trophy in the next round. McCorp continued to move closer to 2nd position and further away from Too Fast For You in 4th. ATR Silverline are now only 7 points behind Too Fast For You, and having outperformed Twister's sister team in all of the last 6 rounds, ATR Silverline looks set to move on to 4th place. Ward F1 have picked up their first points of the season courtesy of Lee Morris, and Ghost Speed's Jim Parisis has earned the team another 4 points. The next round will be the Belgian Grand Prix, and you can watch that race live as it happens. Simply go to www.psrtv.com on the 4th of September at 5:30 PM GMT. We hope you've enjoyed today's highlights. I'm Liam Jenkins, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for the 12th round of the Formula Sim Racing 2011 World Championship.
Hello, welcome to round 12 of the Formula Sim Racing World Championship. We're here in Belgium today at the circuit, the Spa-Francorchamps, and with me to call the action today is none other than Nick Rowland. And so last weekend, Bonnequist took the FSR World Championship after just 11 rounds, and Precision can go all out today and take the Constructors' Championship, but can they do it, Nick? That's the question.
Well, good evening to everyone, and it's brilliant to be in the Ardennes Forest with this magnificent Spa-Francorchamps circuit. And yeah, I think it's looking good for them today with what they've just come up with in Hungary. I think they're on to secure that constructors title as well now.
Yeah, we've seen many action earlier. Of course, some catastrophes in the World Trophy race regarding formation laps and such. So hopefully, we won't get any of that today. So you join us for qualifying 1. It's a 10-minute session in which the drivers will do battle to try and determine the top 10, who will go through to then a shootout session, and then they will have 1 lap, 1 shot to try and nail that pole position. So Morgan, bit of gossip around the paddock. There's a new team. It's the ATR sister team of Scuderia Milano, and they have Yannick Lapchin, of course, who drove in the World Championship the other week, and then another driver they've got is Stoffel Van Dorn, and he's actually one of probably the most experienced guys and could be one to watch in the very near future, if not for sim racing, then motor racing in general, because he's had a real life Formula start. He's in the, I think it's the Belgian national motorsports team. He's in the Formula Renault Euro Cup World Series, and there's also was a member of the FIA Academy and took place in a Race of Champions style event in BMW M3s and beat beat everyone there. So he's definitely a talent to watch, not only in sim racing but for motorsport in the future. So be interesting to see what he can do today.
So star in the making there. I wasn't actually aware of that one. I do recognise the name. I thought I'd seen it before, but I wasn't aware it was actually real life motorsport. I think that's absolutely fantastic that you get the crossover once again, and especially with this sort of standard driver.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see just what kind of pace he can have today, and if, maybe he can be up there with Bono Quiz, because ATR, we know from the past couple of Grand Prix since this mid-season break, have been fantastic and have come on leaps and bounds. So if they've made that same sort of progress with the Scuderia Milano car, then ATR could be looking pretty dominant either towards the end of this season or even next season.
Yeah, well, obviously it's a new team as well, so it's a World Championship, which is absolutely brilliant. More cars in the grid, more competitors, and we've got obviously it's still attracting a lot of drivers. I said in the last race that I thought it would take until back to 2 until that happened, but even now we're still attracting the cream of the crop. So, but yeah, we're 7 minutes into this qualifying session.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the first couple of times to come through. The majority of drivers are on their starting laps. Frederick Nilsson is on track but not on a hot lap at the moment. And he seems to be the only one, I think, other than Lee Morris and Stefan Rual. So we're just waiting for the first couple of times to come in. And to see if Bono Quiz is looking as dominant as always. And he's taking the World Championship. He doesn't really need to do any more work. Do you reckon he's going to try and break even more records and keep winning races, or just kind of lay down low a bit and see what everyone else can do?
Well, the pressure is off, as they say. The pressure is off him now, so I'm sure with that relaxed sort of atmosphere, he can now push on and try and attack it and get a few more wins before the end of the season. I'm sure that's what he wants to do, and I'm sure that's the same for what a lot of these teams now want to do, especially this ATR Silverline team, which just never ceases to amaze me at the moment. They're just having a sterling second half of the season. They're on for a team of the second half of the season at this rate. They're absolutely fantastic, and looks like they're on for a good qualifying. That's Morgan Moran's practice times before. Morgan Moran and Frederick Nilsson were split by absolutely nothing. I think there's maybe a thousandth of a second, hundredth of a second. And it was absolutely incredible the pace they're running. I watched them on board, and their cars looks absolutely fantastic out on this wonderful Spa-Francorchamps circuit.
Yeah, right now it's Frederick Nilsson who is leading the charge, currently with a 1:43.30. Just 0.039 seconds clear of Morgan Moran now, who's beaten Bono Quiz's time. We've seen this in qualifying a lot. Morgan Moran does seem to now have that raw pace, and of course he raced in the World Series on Saturday just to get some more experience under his belt. So he won full length distance of this track this weekend, so he's got the experience there. He knows this track probably better than he should do today, so he's going to have that experience there, and he should be able to perform pretty well and hopefully recreate some of the opportunities he had last weekend.
Absolutely, he's turned into the Kyle Busch of FSR, and Kyle Busch obviously over in NASCAR seems to do every single series he possibly can, trucks, nationwide and sprint cup, so it looks like Morgan Moran wants him to do the same thing to get as much experience as he possibly can, and once again showing what he's made of at the moment, and fantastic second he's currently on at the moment, but that Twister car once again looking handy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be even closer today. I mean, if you look between first place and fourth, it's just 0.1 separate fourth place, and then between first and 13th is just second and then 4,000. So it's very, very close in the top 13 at the moment. It started off stretched towards the start of the season, but as we've said every race, that gap between the front runners is just getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, absolutely. The gap is just starting to shrink so much now. It's a shame that we didn't have this at the start of the season when Precision obviously found their way with the car very, very quickly and early on and found the pace for Bono Quiz. And I think it's testament. I was actually speaking to team manager Andre Kunchman just a few days ago, and he was saying, I think most people can vouch for it, it's not Bono's necessary speed, it's just his sheer consistency, unbelievable consistency with the actual lap times he can do, and I think that's what's made him stand out from the rest. So even though he has been at the front, being at the front, he's stayed consistent, and I think that's testament to the guy's character and the sort of driver he is, and it just shows that when you stay consistent the way he has done, you win titles and you win the back-to-back as well.
Yeah, and I think the main battle that everyone wants to see this kind of fantasy race will be like a kind of a race of champions style against, one FSR legend against the other, kind of Gregor Hutu versus Bono Quito. I think that will be one spectacle that many people would like to see.
I'm sure that a lot of people would like to see that. I think they'd have to split the sims though, because obviously Greg Hutu now is a bit of a starlet in the iRacing world, but I'm sure them two against each other would be a very interesting matchup. Like I said, I think they'd have to probably split the sim a couple of times, maybe one go the other way. So yeah, I think that would be something for the future if they could do that, but I don't know if they'll be able to.
Yeah, and also an interesting point to make is that with the gaps being so close now, to get into the top 10, and if you're 11th, 12th, 13th, that kind of range, you need even less to get into the top 10. So whereas before you're needing to find 3/10 to get there, you're only realistically needing to find, just under a tenth of a second to get into the top 10, which makes it even closer and harder to do, because that pressure's on you. Have to pick up a tenth in one of the sectors.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just actually watching on board with Bono Quito for that previous lap, and he was actually held up quite heavily by Frederick Nilsson. He actually went 2 tenths quicker than the fastest time up to sector 1, which is on the entry to the lagoon. And he was 2 tenths up, and then Frederick Nilsson held up the entire middle sector, and it cost him 4 tenths. So there's obviously pace to fill in that position car yet to come out, and I see Bono Quito is now back out on track trying to beat that time he's already set.
Yep, 1 minute 30 seconds left then of qualifying 1. Currently the man on the edge is Jaakko Mikkonen in a position, who's is around 0.019 clear of Yannick Lapchin in the Scuderia Milano, which aren't looking too shabby at the moment. They're P11, and then Stoffel Van Dorn, the big underdog here, in P16 at the moment with a 144.3. So, but he can't do another lap now, so he will start from 16th unless Tony Heikkinen can improve his best time. And Lee Morris hasn't set a time either yet, so.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, for a rookie guy that's coming, I know he's an experienced driver out there, but obviously it's different kettle of fish when you come into something like SimRacing with the guys that have been experiencing this for a couple of years. So yeah, I say Stoffel he's done well there, especially considering he's not on the back of the grid. So well, second to last I should say currently. But yeah, excellent work though still.
So question is, will there be any late surprises? We've got 24 seconds left, and guys who are out on track below the top 10 who could all possibly do a lap: Martin Gosby, Yannick Lapchin, Peter Duvlar in the Netrex Grand Prix. Reino Room is out on track and should get another lap in. Mohamed Patel will get another lap in, and that rounds out. So there's been a time posted there. I'm not sure who jumped up, but it's.
Well, Bono's actually on a lap just now. He's just gone through sector 1. He is half a tenth down on his own time, and a tenth off Frederick Nilsson at sector 1. So that's on the entry to Lecombe as he comes through the tricky now middle sector, where you need as much downforce as you can, but obviously you don't want to compromise yourself too much with these massive long straights, such as the Camel Straight, and also going through the sweeping left-hander of Blanchard. So you need to a nice trade-off is required around this track. Try and get as much downforce for that middle sector, but then there's little aero grip down the straights for least amount of drag. I believe he's just coming up to second sector now. Yeah, he's past time being. He's still a tenth and a half off Frederick Nilsson and his own time. So it's going to be all about this long straight now through Blanchard and into the new bus stop. I'm a fan of the new bus stop. I still prefer the old one. I'm sure a lot of drivers prefer the old one as well, but it's now a right and a left as he comes into the bus stop chicane now. Has he found that tenth of a second? He's only a tenth off, so it can be found. So he got a good exit there. He's driving for the line, and he improves in time, but not position. So he's actually improving his own time, but he stays in fourth.
Right, two guys coming across the line now: Mohamed Patel and Martin Gosby, both outside the top 10. Mikkonen went up to 9th. What can these guys do? Well, they can't improve, unfortunately. So look, now it's looking like Blair Disley will be the man who'll make it through for ATR. So again, both ATRs make it through. Both twisters again looking very handy. Dimitri Dematos. Let's see what he can do. He's about to go for the line now. And can't improve, so
Patrick DeVitt also jumps up. He jumped up from 8th to 5th, so a great lap there for Patrick DeVitt again, faster than speed. And he moves into 5th position on this first part of qualifying.
Okay, so now we will go to qualifying 2, where there will be one lap for the top 10 to try and decipher who will be starting on the front row of the grid. And right now it's looking like it could possibly not be Bono Huis today. It's probably been the first time this season where there has been doubts, or you could possibly put your money on a different driver.
Possibly so. Just to reiterate something we might have missed, Lee Morris actually has a penalty. That's the reason he didn't go out in the first part of qualifying, so he'll be starting from the back of the grid anyway. So yeah, Lee Morris will be starting from the back. That's the reason for the non-qualifying there.
So just waiting for Q2 to officially get underway now then.
Bono once again sitting in a pit lane, I see.
Yep, he still hasn't changed his ways.
He's always the first one at the end of the pit lane, waits there for a little bit of time, and now he rolls out with Patrick DeWitt in the Fast and Speed car right behind him. So Bono once again wanted to get that time in immediately.
No, it's better to have no traffic. I think that's the way he sees it. The last thing he wants to do is to be held up behind someone and have that damage his lap time and possibly his race. So, not thinking there by Bono Huis as always, and that's why he's a world champion.
Absolutely.
A few of the cars leaving for the circuit now. Dimitri de Matos is leaving his garage as Jaakko Miekkinen exits the pit lane.
Yeah, Bono goes the first one out though, but I'm not too sure why Bono does that. I think he just likes the track as clean as he possibly can and just tries to nail it straight away. Still in the zone for the first part of quali, just gets out there and does it again, rather than sitting up and waiting a few minutes and getting out of the zone, as they say.
Oh, and there's a bit of a big slide there by Puumalainen as he left the pit lane. He exited his box and a big slide at the back end. But both Matt Corp cars through into the top 10, so nice to see them up there in the midst of the action once again. Dennis Howe, of course, a former world champion.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully if we can try and get the race director to move on to Bono Huis, and we'll probably get a bit of an onboard flying lap of this wonderful Spa-Francorchamps circuit, as he is now coming up to the bus stop Bono Huis to start his one flying lap in quali. Wide line as possible to get as straight as he can onto the start straight. As he comes up to La Source, turn 1, he drops to second gear, first gear in fact. Nice clean exit, bit of oversteer on the exit though there. As he rears light up as he now heads to the magnificent Eau Rouge, top of Eau Rouge, out of Radion, coming down onto the Kemmel Straight. This pretty much it for the first sectors for you have a heavy braking zone for Le Coup. And he goes across now, first one being big braking zone down to third gear as he enters Le Coup. And now we approach downhill to Rivage, well I think that's actually been renamed. So down from 7th gear to 3rd into 2nd gear, move to 2nd gear there. And we filter down the hill now on the approach to Pouon, the very fast left-hander. He stays, no drops to 6th gear, back up to 7th, Pouon. Now as we approach the Frania chicane, into the right he drops to 4th there. Holds it 4th, a very nice line through there, very clean and tidy. Into Stabilo, 4th, 3rd gear. Oh, very wide on the exit, but got the power on nice and early. That shouldn't have affected him too much. Oh, it's a very long sweep right then left as we approach Blanchimont. 7th gear, 193 miles an hour. In British money that is, sorry to put European there. Heavy braking zone now for the bus stop. First gear again, takes plenty of curbing on the right and on the left, drives it all the way out to the very right hand side of the track, driving for the line and times it at 1:43.941.
Well, Patrick DeWitt does 1:44.040, so Bono Huis has got the benchmark time at the moment. Can it be beaten? There's only one way to find out, as the guys will try their best to better Bono Huis' time.
Morgan Moran coming across the line now, he's gone second. Oh, 0.004 of a second off Bono Huis there. So, it's so close these times already. Dimitri de Matos, is he on a lap? Yes, he's currently 4 tenths off though at the second split as he comes out the bus stop. Driving for the line now, 3 tenths off. 2 tenths off in the end. 44.230, very good time there.
What about his teammate Fredrik Nilsson in the other twister? What can he do? He's currently in 6th. Let's see if he can improve his time. What's that time? And
he lost a lot of time. He's in 6th place. It's 7 tenths off. As we get Mika Pumalinen next, it will be the next one through. He's 3 tenths off at sector 2 as well. Driving for the line, and he goes into 5th place. He gains time on Bonaquis. So it looks like Bonaquis might be running a little more downforce than the others.
Oh,
so 3 tenths off again for Dennis Hurl as he's coming out of the bus stop now, driving for the line. 3 tenths off, but I'm sure he'd gain back some time. And he does, he's only 10th off, that's 5th place. Good work, Dennis Hurl.
It's incredibly close. We don't want to see the time.
He's actually in the top 10. I missed that, and he's 4 tenths off, but he's driving for the line now. He's half off at the end, he's in a 44.4.
Thing is, as well, we've noticed how in Q1 the times are close, but through Q2 or more, they seem to, get spread a bit further apart. But it seems they've got even closer in Q2. 0.6 seconds, or not nearly 0.7, separate first to ninth. What can Blair Disley do as he brings his ATL Silverado onto the home straight, pedal to the metal, and for the line, and that puts him in P9. So yeah, 0.7 seconds essentially separating the top 10.
That's incredible. That's going to be one of the closest qualifyings we had. That was magnificent. 2 tenths split the top 7. And then we got Jim Parasita half a second off, 6 tenths for Blair Disley and Frederick Nilsson. But that was absolutely magnificent. First to 7th place, split by just under 2 tenths.
Yep, so now we will go to the warm-up session.
Now this is where we usually see the race times really start to kick in, and it's been the last few times we've seen it. Morgan Moran being the one that set the pace at the front, and I'm sure Frederick Nilsson's going to be very disappointed with a 10th place. I'm sure that's not what he was expecting, and I'm sure he'll try and get his race car dialed in now to try and get as much time, gain as much positions at the start as he possibly can.
And look at pile up at the end of the pit lane. We saw this in the World Trophy as they will all scramble to somehow get out of the pit lane single file. And in the warm-up session in the World Trophy, it had so much action, it was unreal. There were wings flying everywhere, cars slamming into walls, plenty of overtaking, and it was almost like a separate race going on out there. These guys really do take this so seriously as opposed to some other leagues around the sim racing community. And it's just great to see, so hopefully we'll see another interesting warm-up session.
Obviously, it's a very long track here at Spa. It's the longest on the calendar, and it's quite a tight pit exit as well, because it's like basically a hairpin exit. So a lot of people just want to get out on track and just get the laps in as quick as they possibly can, try and get as many in as they can before the start of the race. And it's Lee Morris currently that's out at the front in his Ward F1 car with I must say that's a gorgeous livery they got on that car. It looks fantastic. So Lee Morris out in front. Bonaquis next one from Martin Gosby in fact as well, so he had a nice exit there.
Yeah, and well, just as we said about the warm-up session having plenty of action earlier, it was actually Morgan Moran who was the first spinner of the day. He spun that on the exit of La Cum, I believe. And he's got it going again. There was no damage to the car, but already we're only just over a minute into the session and we've had our first incident of the day.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's another car there, Smokers. Someone's come off somewhere. And that's trying to pinpoint the incident.
Yeah, nice little battle going here between actually Lee Morris and Bonaquis as Lee enters the bus stop. Bonaquis gained on him so much he's right up behind him now, so I'm sure Lee will actually want to test himself straight away against what Bonaquis has got in his car. Bono brakes later, obviously using Lee as a bit of a brake marker. He's a little bit late behind the person in front, but obviously they got the throttle a lot earlier. As of now we approach up through Eau Rouge. Sorry, I just had to see what he was going to do. Bonaquis, I thought he was going to try and take him through Eau Rouge on the top of Radion, but no. And Bonaquis is already to the side of Lee Morris, who's going to brake later. Bonaquis. So Bonaquis has already passed Lee Morris there.
Look at the amount of cars going in towards La Cum. That was an insane amount of cars. That was at least around 10 of them, all just flowing through. And so it's led by Jaakko Mikkonen. And then there's Stoffel van der Rohe behind, I believe. So plenty of action going on here already. So Stoffel van der Rohe, he was a couple of seconds ago with it. And there's just a massive train playing around this Spa circuit. And it's almost literally like a snaking circuit, and it's... Also, it's a fellow Formula Sim Racing driver's birthday today, so happy birthday to Ika Sitsashvili. And I hope he has a great day and enjoying this World Championship broadcast. So Bonaquisa sets a benchmark time of 1:48.652. See what kind of time Morgan Moran can do. He had a bit of a spin earlier. Hopefully he should be able to recover and set a decent time. Can't see him actually, if he's in the server or no.
Okay, well, we'll go our fastest times coming through anyway. Dimitri Damasis was the quickest currently on a 48.4. Bonaquisa is on a 48.6 from Patrick on a 48.7. Obviously these are only warm-up times, but it gives you some sort of idea and some sort of benchmark of what will happen, possibly come race, and what sort of race pace we can expect. Bonaquisa was with E. Morris for quite a long time, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah, I was wondering that because Morgan Moran is seemingly left as well, so quite a few people rejoining, not too sure what's going on, but just some technical difficulties, I think.
Yeah, it looks like race direction. I'm just going to have a quick discussion with some drivers at the moment, so we'll just take just a moment here just to regather our thoughts and just see what the situation is.
Also, we had a bit of an issue earlier with people not being able to start in their qualifying slots on grid, which was a bit awkward really, because we had to do 3 formation laps before we finally got it nailed. It almost people reversing and driving all over the grid, and it was quite a bizarre instance. So it's not been the most straightforward day of all days, but hopefully we'll get this sorted as soon as possible. So I think we're just waiting for all the drivers to rejoin the server.
Okay, it looks like there's a few technical issues taking place at the moment. Hopefully, gonna just have a restart of the server, and we'll be straight back with you.
Right, so just getting to the bottom of the troubles now. Hopefully it should be sorted. And if you're still with us, then thank you very much for not going and getting a cup of tea or anything like that. And if you've just joined us, then it was another Bono Quiz pole position. And you'll join us for a 10-minute warm-up session very shortly, hopefully. Okay, so apparently we're restarting the warm-up session. So we have 8 minutes left. until we should hopefully get to the race.
Yeah, into hopefully what will be the race proceedings now. Obviously back into warm-up. It looks like a few technical issues have now hopefully been resolved, so we're moving now into the warm-up session. Yet to see how many cars come across the line. Obviously, like I said before, it was a long lap, so just wait for them to filter around. But I believe it was due to matters before the particular actually set one of the quicker times. So we'll see if the racing car is able to repeat.
As a spin there, that is Bono. He's taken a wide turn. I think that was Stoffel. No, was it Stoffel Van Dorn? Yeah, it was Stoffel Van Dorn. I think had a big spin, did 3 complete spins, and slammed his car into the wall. So that's not the way he wanted his warm-up session to start.
No,
look at the trainer pass.
Just looking to get used to. Looks like he's just getting used to the car here.
There's a three-way fight there.
Race settings.
Three-way fight there. That's between Peter Duval, one of the World F1s. I think that might be Lee Morrison now as well. So that's all going on just behind Jaco Mika. I believe that's Peter Duval diving into pit lane then. And yeah, it's Lee Morris who's right in the middle of that battle with the Too Fast For You Twister.
Yeah, significant slower as well. He's 1.8 off, so that's pretty significant. It's Reno Rowland that's actually gone to the top of the level on 48.9, matched by Stefan Rowald. And then also 48.6 from Martin Gosby. That's great to see. I know it's obviously only warm-up session, but Martin Gosby posting their time put himself towards the top of the warm-up list. Yannick Lachin now, he's just jumped up into 2nd place.
So hopefully we will get to the race. And have you I just think the warm-up is significant for the drivers. You know, in their own way, some drivers, would rather go straight to the race. Some drivers would rather, have a 20-minute warm-up session. What are your views on this whole warm-up thing? Does it help, or?
Yeah, personally, I think it does. After coming from a high, fast-paced qualifying session where obviously the fuel loads change and the race settings change in your car as well, you kind of dial into a bit of a different rhythm where you maybe attack the corner a little bit more, get on the throttle that little bit earlier. And then basically you just have to bring yourself back. You have to take yourself back off, put yourself back down 2 gears and put yourself into a race condition where you can really earn yourself into the track ready for the start of the race and what sort of race pace you will be setting. Because if you go hell for leather, inevitably your tyres will fall off the edge. So if you can really find that consistency, and this is I think what goes to show how good Bonnequist this year is, that consistency part. And I think once you've got that part dialed in, you really then start to feel the benefit.
Absolutely. So 4 minutes to go then, and the fastest time of the day so far is in the warm-up session is still Bonnequist. He's 0.2 seconds quicker than Reno Room. And then Yannick Lachin, still no sign of a lap time from Morgan Moran yet. He's out on the track at the moment. Just started a flyer, I believe. He comes through Eau Rouge.
Bonnequist now is top of the standings. He's on a 148.2. From Mikko Pimalainen, who's done a 48.4. And then Reno Room still in 3rd place. He's on a 48.5. So that GT Omega and then the Scuderia Milano car, he's in 4th.
So 3 minutes 5 seconds to go then. And it's still Bonnequist at the top. Mikko Pimalainen, the new man on the 2nd spot, who's 0.155 off of the pole sitter. And again, even in warm-up, I mean, Tony Heikkinen in the World F1 is only 1.9 seconds off the pace, so see if he can improve. But again, he's a new driver into this team. He's come to a new team as well. So a team that's still trying to find his feet. So to be, trying to have that perseverance to keep going. I mean, he hasn't done that bad a job, really. I think he's done a very good job for World F1.
Yeah, absolutely. And Morris actually just jumped up to 8th place. He did a 48.5, so he's matched quite a lot of guys in front of him. In terms of the top 10 in actually warm up, yeah, top 10 is split by just 3 tenths. So yeah, it's pretty significant that they're just split by 3 tenths of the second of the top 10. It's Patrick DeWitt who's then just half a second off. So it's pretty interesting that the top 10 is split.
Yeah, so here comes Tony Heikkinen now, then across the line. And I don't think he's ready for it. He's going to start a lap now. And Stoffel van Doorn is up to P13 then. He's faster than his qualifying time of 1:48.839.
Yeah, still a minute and 37 seconds to go yet. So Boniface is obviously still out there, and there's all the Twister guys as well, Matt Corp. They're still out on circulating, and the 48.2 now from Boniface, he's jumped to the top. Still Dimitri Demantos there. He was in the previous warm-up session. He was the one setting the pace, and it looks like he's still got that pace as well.
Absolutely, I mean, it's all incredibly close. I mean, literally any one of around 10 cars, I think, could really challenge for a really big points-paying position. I mean, from first place to, well, 6th now, it's just 0.46 seconds. And that's an insane, that's, you know, just under half of separating 5 cars. You know, and that, what the main thing is 5 different teams as well. And it's constantly changing, so guys are all over the place certain times, and it's great to see that some of the guys who, you know, aren't really towards the front of the field the majority of the time are really starting to, you know, get their nose in the midst of the action now.
Yeah, and it's shown that because Frederick Nilsson's just jumped to the very top with a 47.9, so he's actually pulled a significant gap on the guys behind him. Patrick DeWitt just jumped up to 2nd place as well, and he's in the faster than speed. He's just 2 tenths off.
So 16 seconds to go, and apparently we're restarting the warm-up session again. So we'll try and keep you guys updated on what's going on. There might be an issue on the grid, apparently. But we saw this again in the World Trophy race where people aren't on the thing. I Marcel van der Linden mentioned that the yellow stripe, and there was an issue with it, so... So I think we are going to go to the race, but there could be some potential lining up issues on the grid, unfortunately. Also, while this is going on then, Edward Malorki has told me to give a shout out to Alberto De Juan and give his regards. So Alberto, if you're watching this, Edward Malorki says hi, basically.
One thing actually we can just pick up on is even though we've got a world champion now, there's a great battle for 2nd place actually between Jaakko Mikkonen, Mikko Puumalainen, Fredrik Nilsson and Atsej Kirchhoff. 111 points for Mikkonen, 108 for Puumalainen, 103 for Nilsson, 102 for Kirchhoff. So there's a great little battle there for 2nd place, even though the Boniface has completely dominated this championship. It's there and ready to go for 2nd place.
And of course, everyone wants to prove themselves to try and secure a drive for next season. So it's around from this race onwards, you know, when you go to the tracks like Singapore and Interlagos, and of course, I'm not sure if you've got it in the calendar, but the new India track, then we could, you know, see some guys risking it all and trying to make some of the most daring manoeuvres to really kind of showboat just what exactly they can do.
Yeah, and I think I will now see in this race what sort of attacking mode people get into, because there's obviously Mikkonen on 111, so he's defending from Puumalainen, Nilsson and Kirchhoff. So yeah, I think Mikko-Pumalainen is going to give the biggest threat currently to Jaakko Mäkinen, and then Fredrik Nilsson coming from 10th place. So if he can make his way up through the field, we may see him pose a threat as well.
Non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
The race now, as all the cars start to line up on the grid with 28 seconds to line up on that grid, and we will be underway for the 44 lap race. Obviously, 44 because it's such a long track around the Spa-Francorchamps circuit up in the Ardennes Forest, a beautiful part of the world, even if it does tend to rain quite a lot. But nonetheless, we should be in for a pretty good race here.
Yeah, and it's going to be Bonnequist once again leading the field away around this beautiful circuit. As you said, it's a formation lap, so a chance to make sure all the tyres and everything are warm. Mostly the guys seem to go around in 6th or 7th gears to make sure they don't overcook the engine or anything. And you see how the gap Bonnequist pulls out already, so he can just test his brakes and stop suddenly. So he's playing again a very safe strategy here.
Yeah, he always seems to start off and just seems to get his brakes and everything up to temperature, get his tyres up to temperature, gets all the relevant pressures up that he wants, oil temperatures. So there's obviously a strict routine Precision Motorsports now have in how they get their cars prepared for the start of the race. Importantly, 2-second gap against Morgan Moran. So they're just dialing in their cars. Give you a rundown of the current grid. Bonnequist, formation man, and then from Morgan Moran and that ATR Silverline car, superb driving from him once again. Jaakko Mäkinen, third place man, big shout out for him, struggled in the past few races but has really put himself back up there again, and may pose a his teammate today. Patrick DeWitt, once again, supreme qualifying in that FTS car, fantastic work Patrick. Dennis Hill, he's in 5th place in the Matt Cox car. Mikko-Pumalainen, obviously one of the drivers battling for that 2nd place in the standings. He's in 6th. Dimitri Dematos, he was pretty quick in one possession there, and he's in 7th place. Jim Parasis, 8th place, Go Speed. I'm sure it's been one of their best lines of the season. I haven't just checked back what their best has been. Blair Disley, ATR Silverline once again. I believe this is 101st race, is it, for him? And he's in 9th. Fredrik Nilsson, 10th place. Very poor qualifying, it's just run off, let's have a look. Oh, I thought you knocked his front wing. But it looks like he's made pretty much damage, Fredrik Nilsson there. He ran off slightly wide there. René Roop, he's in 11th place, Jan Lapchin is in 12th, Martin Gosby 13th. De Villa is in 14th, Hamilton 15th, Van Dorn, obviously our new driver, he's in 16th. Tykinen is in 10th. Lee Morris starting from the back from a penalty from the Hungaroring, he's in 18th place. Stefan Ruel is in 19th, and Karin Vesenberg is in 20th. So we've actually got quite a large grid here of 20 drivers, probably one of the biggest for a few races. So as everyone lines up on the grid now, we're just getting to the back as Vesenberg sits on his grid slot. So be from pole position Bonnequist as they wait for the lights. Still waiting, this is a long hold. Here we go now, 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 light. And we are away at Spa. Good start there from Patrick DeWitt. He got a clean start. Morgan Moran moves the split into precision cars. Moran stays in 2nd place, squeezed through. Micken on the outside of Moran, he's got him. Micken, great drive off the last source, and it's got past Morgan Moran. He's in 2nd place. Looks like we may have had a spinner in the back there as well, so Micken through. He's in 2nd place, going up through out of Radion, sorry. Through Rouge, that's what I was thinking. Morgan Moran goes to the left hand side. Oh, what a move!
3-1, look at that, that's both of them!
Morgan Moran the other.
That's
a Hakkinen shoot, like a style move.
Oh, this is all big moment there by DeWitt, and I was just about to say the same thing, and Mikkinen goes through both of them. So Supreme racing here on the first lap, and I was just thinking the same. It was Schumacher and Hakkinen-esque move, as De Vit's still not giving up. He still wants more at Meekinen. He's got Moran tucked away behind him though, so they can't make a mistake here. These three going at it so much, so aggressive, as Bono Cui seemingly just pulling away into the distance unscathed and unaware of all the action going on behind him.
Yeah, Bono's
bit further through the field.
At Pouon though, and it's actually allowed Mikkinen to close in on him. He ran wide on the exit of Pouon, and it's allowed Mikkinen to close in just a little bit. But yeah, De Vit and Morgan Moran went, you know, that was an incredible move, trying to head into left up at the top of the hill, trying to go 3 wide into there, and it's allowed Mikkinen, because there's a big hit between Moran and De Vit, and De Vit had to run on at the top as Moran got really sideways, and it allowed Mikkinen back round the outside, so Mikkinen moves position 1-2 at the moment with De Vit in 3rd place, Moran is in 4th, Pumalainen is in 5th, Hurl is in 6th, D'Amato 7th, Van Dorn is in 8th. 8th position for Van Dorn. He's come from the back of the field. Van Dorn is in 8th position. Magnificent start. Duvallard is in 9th. Gosby is in 10th. Lap 11th. Lee Morris is 12th from the back as well.
There's a spinner there.
Row out 40.
Jim Paris has spun it on the bus stop. He's in P15 now, so...
Yeah, also we've got a couple of big hitters we lost. We lost Frederick Nilsson also. Not too sure where, but we lost Frederick Nilsson and Karen Rosenberg also. Massive change. Rainer Room lost his front wing and all that. He's in 17th.
And now,
he's also lost his
and
front
look
wing.
at Stoffel Van Dorn on Braintree D'Amatos here on the run. Up to Lacombe, showing exactly why he is so accomplished in this motorsport. Interesting, it's now up to P7 after starting from way down the field, and I think it was 16th. In the new team, he's a new driver in a new racing series, and he's already hard charging.
Yeah,
and well, interesting.
Place from the back, and this is Bonnet Ruiz is not escaping as well. Jakob Mikkinen is keeping right on him. Patrick De Vit as well, having a magnificent drive. We usually see him at the start, but then fall back. But immediately he is into this race, and De Vit is in 3rd. Moran, 4th place man. Mikko Pumalainen is in 5th, and they're all pretty much close together.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how long it'll take Stoffel Van Dorn to catch on to the end of this train. Because that'll be really interesting if we can see perhaps a De Vit, Moran and Van Dorn battle later on in the race.
Yeah, Van Dorn, he's the man to watch the moment, because he will close, I'm sure, at a very fast rate. I'll tell you what, if he can do that today, that'll be a magnificent achievement, because he's close enough. Somehow he went from the back of the field up to 7th place. There was obviously some real hard-fought battle there at turn 1.
And look at Lee Morris, P12. Having a little look at Yannick Lapchin in towards bus stop, goes around the outside, and they both broke it at pretty much mirror times. Morris has the inside line, but has to give way to Yannick Lapchin. Not quite yet, don't want to throw anything away. 2 laps complete, Bono Cui leads 0.4 seconds clear of Mikkinen at the moment. De Vit 3rd, Moran 4th, Pumalainen 5th.
I think out of all these at the moment, it could be Pumalainen having a run on Morgan Moran if he gets going through a Rouge right top of Radion. It's clean, so will he get a run on Moran? He is close up. The other 3 seem pretty split, but I think Moran, Pumalainen on Moran. No, he's going to miss out just on the entry to the...
Oh, look at the top 3.
To hold.
Top 3 all bunched together now. Chris Mikkinen and Patrick De Vit. And they're catching Blair Disley, who's had a horrific start there on the ATR. It's not the start he would have wanted. So I'll try and find out what happened there for you. But right now, the top 4 or 5. We said that the racing would be close, but I don't think it will be this close. It's the top 7 all extremely close together, separated by just around 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think Van Queen's been in the heat as well. He had a little bit of a run wide at Rivage as well, as Jakob Mikkinen closed in on him. Patrick De Vit is hang on to these two so well though. I just hope that he's not on that medium tyre just blitzing it early on, because that'd be fantastic. This is the hard time. He can run with these guys at the moment. As we see Morgan Moran, he's in 4th place. Mikko Pumalainen 5th. Dennis Hill is 6th, and Van Dorn is closing in on them. He is getting ever closer to the back of that Matt Corp car.
Look what Bono Cui is doing. He's using Blair Disley. So look at that, Patrick De Vit going right up the outside there of Jakob Mikkinen. But it didn't quite work, that was into bus stop, but Bono Cui was playing it very smart, using the lap car of Blair Disley to pick up a slipstream and get himself a bit of a gap back to Jakob Mikkinen. And Morgan Moran...
Not quite. He was looking down the inside of Jakob Mikkinen, but he couldn't get it done, and it's actually allowed Mikkinen to run. But in turn, that has allowed Moran to get pretty close as they go through Eau Rouge. Will he be close enough? No, in fact, the Wick got an even better run than Mickelin. He's going to have Mickelin here. He'll go to the right-hand side, going down the Camel Straight. He's already by him. That was a magnificent run there for Patrick De Witt, and into second place. So De Witt up into second with Morgan Moran just behind Jakob Mickelin now.
Yeah, textbook manoeuvre there from De Witt, but can he push on and catch the race leader of Bono Queese? Got to be careful. Stoffel Van Dorn is catching this group at quite an alarming rate. He's got Dennis Hurl on his hits list. He's been the man on the move, climbing from the back of the field, as we've said. And right behind him, Dimitri de Matos isn't too far away either. So the top 8 all reasonably close together. I don't think I've seen a closer start to an FSR race.
Absolutely, that's one close. It's so close at the moment still. If De Witt had held on to Queese, it would be magnificent as well. 8 tenths. Oh no, he's actually just lost.
Mickelin still fancies his chance back at De Witt though. As Mickelin still trying to find a way back through. He's not going to let Patrick De Witt run away with second place. He wants to secure that position constructors title for the team, but to do that he needs to try and clear De Witt and score maximum points to show dominance. Can he do it though? That's the question. He's got the run on De Witt. I don't think it's going to be enough this time, unfortunately.
Huge knock up from Bono Queese, run wide. Queese ran wide in bus stop there. So that's compromised his exit. It's still 6 tenths the advantage, but Queese with a massive lock-up as Mickelin trying to make a move on to Witt.
And now Morgan Moran all over the back, and look at the top 4 going through La Source, so close together.
Yeah, it's absolutely magnificent. They've filtered through La Source, heading down to Eau Rouge. And Queese is the first man through there as De Witt gets an almighty run again. He is so good for Eau Rouge. He's closing on Bono Queese at such a rate. That's 2 tenths he's pulled already. It's down to 3 tenths. He's closing so fast on De Witt. He's so hooked up through Eau Rouge. So he is closing in on De Witt now. On Bono Queese is Patrick De Witt. Morgan Moran is still quite close to De Witt. He's 4 tenths behind from Jakob Mickelin 4. And Stoffel Van Dorn is on the back of Mika Pumalainen. So Dennis Hill got past Mika Pumalainen. In fact, Van Dorn has the fastest lap of the race, 48.1. That's quicker than Bono Queese at the front, who's on the 48.2. So, yeah, Stoffel Van Dorn is absolutely flying at the moment. And he's bringing Dimitri de Matos with him. And also Duvlar as well. I do apologise for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Stoffel Van Dorn, he's one of the top runners in the FIA Academy. And I mean, he's only young. He's going to be one of the rising stars of motorsport. But if he can establish himself in sim racing as well, then he could definitely be up there fighting for a title next year. And that's great to see. Just this new blood, this rise of the young guns come into sim racing.
Absolutely. It looks like he's really hooked up at the braking more than anything. He's nearly backing the car into some of the corners. In the bus stop there, he was so accurate and precise into that corner. As he goes through, he's got a little bit of oversteer on the exit there. That's compromised his exit. But he's trying to chase down the Mika line, and there's a whole gaggle of cars getting quite close to him. Now, Jakob Mickelin, I think, is pretty close to Morgan Moran. De Witt got a good run through Eau Rouge again, but nowhere near Queese this time by. De Witt's a massive mistake from De Witt. De Witt's made a huge mistake. He's done something similar to Fernando Alonso there. And that was coming out of the exit of Le Coultre going down to Rivage. He's made a huge mistake. He's got to retire the car. That's such a shame there for Patrick De Witt. Got out on the curve, he spun it across the track, and it's cost him so dearly. A magnificent second place he was in then as well. That's absolutely tragic, because that was on for something a bit special there, I think, for him. So that's very, very unfortunate for Patrick De Witt. Now, Jakob Mickelin, third place man, is very, very close to Morgan as he heads coming down to Blanchimont. He closes as much as he possibly can. The giant available.
Exceedingly good run. Mickelin on the mark.
Headed to bus stop. Won't get close enough though. I think there's a lot of other guys around.
Big lock up there though by Mickelin.
Got a lot less downforce.
Well, I think we're about to see what Stoffel Van Dorn's defending skills are like as Dimitri de Matos starts to close on him.
Yeah, I think it's actually more the fact that Dematos is going with Spa-Francorchamps as he tries to close in now on Mikko Pumalani. There's a second gap between them.
On this level now, we're like 8 laps into this race, and the cars are still so close together. Great to see as well.
The nature of this track, and we are getting Mikko Pumalani close on Dennis Hurl, and I think he's just letting go there. Yeah, Mikko Pumalani is back through into 4th place. Dennis Hill down to 5th. Jaakko Mikkonen still close to Morgan Moran, and there's only a second between Moran and Huis.
And a mirror move on now with the 2 fast few drivers of Mohamed Patel and Stefan Rual, obviously wanting to avoid contact at all costs. So the last thing you want to do is take each other out. So letting the faster guy through, pretty sensible thing to do.
Absolutely, it's what you're doing, else you can see bosses happen.
So again, further up the field though, it's still Bono Huis who leads, but not by an exceedingly large amount, 1.1 seconds. We're used to seeing him by this stage in the race being at least, 5 seconds clear. But every race, Morgan Moran, that second place man for at least the last 2, has been clawing away at that lead.
Yeah, 3/10 of gap between Mikkonen and Moran again, but I think Moran has got a significantly more top speed, and there's only so much Mikkonen's car can do. He can get close, but not close enough. He's going to have to get really, really right up behind that gearbox out of Stabilo if he wants to have any shot down through Blanchimont into the bus stop. He has closed in, but again, it's not going to be enough. So we give you a rundown here. We got Bono Huis still leading, just 9/10 splitting him and Morgan Moran. From Jaakko Mikkonen in 2nd place, Mikko Pumalani is in 4th. Dennis Hurl is in 5th place. And then Stoffel van Dorn, our new driver, he's in 6th position. Matos is in 7th. Duvar is in 8th place. Gosby 9th. Latch 10th. Leaves is in 11th. Stefan Rual is in 12th. Mohamed Patel 13th. Gio Parasis is in 14th. Tony Hyken in 15th. And Blair Disley a lap down and in 16th.
Yeah, and
then Rainer Reed 17th.
Point to match as well, as you said that, I've just noticed Patrick De Witt was actually retired from the race, unfortunately. So after having such a strong qualifying and a superb start to the race, he's unfortunately retired from the race.
Yeah, that was the one before from the exit of Lecom going down to Rivage, and that's what cost him there, unfortunately. It was just getting up on that car, did the Fernando Alonso style spin in the wet, and it's cost him big time. As Moran this time has closed up Huis and actually pulled away from Mikkonen. So that's 7/10 now. So Morgan Moran is keeping Bono Huis his absolute target today for Morgan Moran. One interesting thing actually just at this moment in time is Morgan Moran and Jaakko Mikkonen, Mikko Pumalinen have all dropped into the 47 to where Bono Huis hasn't yet. Will he do it this lap? No. So he's still in the 48 as Bono Huis, where these other guys have dropped into the 47s now. So Morgan Moran and Jaakko Mikkonen and Mikko Pumalinen all looking pretty handy at the moment, all on the 48s.
So the cars still all extremely close together. I think they're actually getting closer each time. Moran stuck in a position sandwich at the moment, but look at them all as they go down towards the chicane. It's just literally like an endless tail of them, and it's great to see the cars this close together.
It's great to see these cars so close together, but it's also great to see that these drivers are just so competitive and they're keeping everything held on the pressure on Bono Huis. Obviously the championship has now gone to Bono, so he doesn't even need to do anything. He can just turn up to a race if he wants and drive the car. But still, he's out in front, and he's got a 7/10 advantage over Morgan Moran currently.
But Moran has been hammering down slightly. I mean, it was around 1.2 seconds. So Moran is gaining on him slowly but surely. And Bono, oh, well, sorry, that's my connection there. I thought Bono Huis had a slide, but false alarm, that was my connection. Sorry about that.
Bono Huis, yeah, he's still got his lead. He's still 7/10 in front of Morgan Moran as they exited Stabilo, heading down to Blanchimont. So through Blanchimont they go. Bono Huis leading. It's definitely think Morgan Moran has that speed advantage. Oh, he's gone deep in bus stop though. Oh, Bonnehuis very, very deep into the bus stop. That's allowed Morgan Moran to close right up behind Bonnehuis. Now he'll get close at last source. As long as he gets a good exit out of last source, that ATR Silverline car is quick in the straight line of the precision. Bonnehuis with a good exit though, 3/10 split in them. Now keep this car, ATR Silverline car, flat through Eau Rouge and out of Radion at the top. He'll have a deep run down the Kemmel straight. He's done exactly that. He's going to get it before the start of Kemmel. On 6 straight he comes, and he's already biting Morgan Moran into first place. He is taking.
Bonne's forward, he's not going to give up.
Bonnehuis is going to try back outside his Bonnehuis. Not going to get close enough. So, new race leader, fully deserved as well. Morgan of ATR Silverline. Once again, magnificent work from these guys.
And you have
So
to
Morgan Moran is in place now.
I have to say as well, it's going to be hats off to Morgan Moran, and he's going to be feeling pretty happy inside that cockpit at the moment.
Well, I think what he knows is that he knows he now can beat Bonnehuis. He's put enough pressure on Bono, and Bono went deep in the bus stop chicane, and that'll just give him a psychological boost there for Morgan Moran. He knows now he can get inside the head of Bonnehuis. He knows he can make him make a mistake, and that's exactly what he's done. But Bonnehuis is still all over the back of him.
Thing is, as well though,
through the back section of the track.
If Morgan Moran can in front of Huis, you know, he's going to know this could potentially disrupt the Constructors' Championship. And if Morgan Moran can get through, that's going to give some inspiration to some of the other guys chasing the 2 positions.
Absolutely,
and
Huis is shooting on the outside of Blanchimont past Moran, but couldn't get it done. Moran now defends the inside line into the bus stop.
Huis goes a bit
Runs
deep.
deep, holds his line, and cuts off the exit for Bonnehuis. So, Moran does lead a lap. Morgan Moran 1, Bonnehuis 2.
Yeah, well, you're quite interesting to see.
There, but not quite this time by Bonnehuis is going to have this time. He'll now have to run on Morgan Moran, even though Morgan Moran has the quicker straight line speed. Moran going through Eau Rouge now. Huis is so close to him. He'll duck to the left hand side, will he? Yes. But he can't get it done. He's going to duck it back under the rear. ATR Silverline car can read it clearly. Huis, he just cannot get a run. He's got to go very late. No, Morgan holds on. Morgan Moran has got significant more straight line speed, and he's holding that position very, very well.
Yeah, and Bonnehuis knows this is hurting him. He knows that the Constructors could be potentially slipping away. Huis wants to continue to show his dominance and add another victory to his string this season, and add another trophy to his cabinet. And he's desperately, every sector, Moran is in front. Huis gets more desperate, and he has a look at the inside there. Can't quite get it done. He needs to pick up the slipstream now of Morgan Moran in towards the final part of the circuit, and perhaps try and move bus stop. But
again, Bonnehuis is close, but these two battling has allowed Jaco Mikkelin to close up to just half a second behind Huis. Pumalin's gone with him, Pearl's gone with him, and brilliantly as well, Stoffel Van Doorn's gone with him as well. He's now in 6th place, but he's just 8 tenths behind Dennis Earl. This is a magnificent drive from a new driver currently.
yeah, and look
He's
at
in 6th place, and he's close on them 2 MacBook cars.
yeah, Bonnehuis has got a nice little run on Morgan Moran. And he's gone up the inside. He may have a look up to the inside of the bus stop. When he's done so, he's forced Moran wide. He's going to have to sweep around the outside. Again, great defending by the ATR driver.
Yeah, brilliant move there from Moran. He just held that outside line. He kept that apex as much as he possibly could.
Bono forces his way up the inside, but
well, Moran is holding on. He's still there as Huis tries to latch on the back of Moran again. I think he's getting a little bit clear air. Now, Pumaline on Mikkelin. This is going to go through Eau Rouge now. We're going to have 2 battles. We're going to have Bonnehuis on the back of Moran, but we're also going to have Pumaline to the outside of Mikkelin straight away. Onto Kemmel we come. They are side by side, and Mikko Pumaline is by Jaco Mikkelin.
Bonnehuis is at the outside of Moran as well. And Bonnehuis goes on the outside.
Great move.
Huis takes the lead. Huis regains lead of the Grand Prix. Moran now tries to fight back. Is he going to force a way up the inside? He's trying to. What a move! Back and forth here by these two.
He's gone too deep into the corner. He's allowed.
Moran has the inside leg now.
Moran to the inside again.
Oh my god! This is insane racing.
Going now down to Pouan. Moran will hold it. He has held it. So Moran is in first, but now Pumaline critically is past Pumaline. Pumaline past Mikkelin, and in turn is on the back of Huis already. So we're gonna have a 3-car battle. This is fantastic. Huis, so Moran, Huis, Pumaline, Pearl is there as well for Mikkelin, and Van Dorn is close to 4 tenths. So he's there as well.
Behind Van Dorn, you've got Domatos and Peter Duva all gaining exceedingly quickly. You've got to wonder as Reese again goes up the inside of Moran. He's going to fight his way past, surely. He's not going to give up. Picks up another slipstream. He's got Mikko Piemelainen just behind. Reese then up the inside of Bus Drop yet again. And Moran somehow defends it. Reese isn't going to let go. And look at Piemelainen. Piemelainen's going to slip.
Inside of Reese couldn't get it done. Moran holds on. Reese holds off with Piemelainen somehow. As they all three go into that source, locking their brakes, trying to get as late braking as possible.
Incredible.
So, Moran, it looks like Reese is going to pick up a car off Moran. I don't think Piemelainen was close, but he will get close through Eau Rouge. He'll have the cleanest line of them all.
Is Reese going to nail it?
No, is Reese the inside? Yes, down Kemmel. We know how quick this is, just a line car is. It's just a neck between them. We've lost Martin Gosby, unfortunately, from the race. Down into La Source.
And again, Moran cuts across and does the job well. Piemelainen right on the tail. But Moran is driving exceedingly well. He's handling this pressure like he's been doing this for years. Like, you wouldn't know, but, you know, it's only a few Grand Prix into his career. Morgan Moran is driving like a champion, and Bono Quies has to do a lot of work than he's used to try and regain the lead of the race. It's been back and forth, and this is made for one of the most exciting stints I think I've ever witnessed.
Absolutely, this is absolutely magnificent stuff. Moran is leading by 3/10 over Bono Quies. Piemelainen is right underneath that MacCorp wing. He can read the MacCorp sign underneath that precision rear wing. Jaakko Mikkonen, he's still there. Van Dorn's by Hurl. We've missed that one, but Van Dorn is got by Hurl. So, Stoffel Van Dorn is by Dennis Hurl. He's now got 1.2 seconds left up on Jaakko Mikkonen. As Hurl is closing on Van Dorn, what's happening at the front? We've got Reese going to try and late break Moran. He is not close enough though. Now, where's Hurl? Van Dorn, that's a great move. He just defended the line beautifully there, and Van Dorn has held on.
Look at Huijsen on the back of Moran into the source. Huijsen's the fastest lap still, dives up the inside, and he's
sorry, he got the diff. He got the diff going into La Source there, and it cost him a run.
But look at the run he's got into Eau Rouge. He's going to try out Eau Rouge. Oh my god! He always tried to move up Eau Rouge. He slips him. He's got such a toe off the exit. Can he try and get the run down then?
That was such a ballsy move there from Bono Quies trying to go by him in Eau Rouge. But Bono Quies now...
Oh, and there's action there! In the background, that's Dimitri Damatos fighting with Dennis Hull and Peter Dubra. But meanwhile, Stoffel Van Dorn, who actually got through, and is up to P5 behind Jaakko Mikkonen.
Yeah, and he's caught Mikkonen now. He's 1.2 behind. He's now just 8/10 behind, so he's caught him. Now, Moran from Quies, from Piemelainen. This is absolutely a magnificent race.
This is the kind of race that...
47.6 from Bono Quies, 47.8 from Mikko Piemelainen. These guys are absolutely flying. Mikkonen is there as well on a 47.8.
This is exactly the kind of race every motorsport fan dreams of. It really does give you goosebumps just watching this. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I mean, I haven't seen such an amazing race in ages, and Bono Quies having to fight like mad if he wants his lead back. Morgan Moran doing an exceedingly good job. But you've got to wonder how much of an impact are these pit stops going to make, because with the cars closed, pit stops will be vital.
Pit stops will be vital, mistakes will be made, and it just goes to show when you don't put yourself the track, you get good racing. Moran now, he's going to try and defend from Bono Quies up the inside at the bus stop, but again, brilliant move from Morgan Moran. He holds that outside line.
Bono Quies being crafty.
No, can't get it done. So Moran holds on another lap, and he still keeps going in the lead. Quies to try and get by, can't get it done.
Nope.
Mikko Piemelainen on the Bono Quies. Quies got a good exit there, so Piemelainen.
That's interesting. Yannick Lapchin sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:47.6. He's currently in front of the Lee Morris and Stefan Rual battle, but Lapchin could find himself on the back of Dubra very soon. So we could see possibly...
Quies got to the inside, coming down Kemmel. We've got Moran on the outside, they're split for absolutely nothing. This time late braking, he's gone wide, but held it. Brilliant move, Bono Quies. He held line just about, kept his car on the track.
But can he keep the position?
Moran comes straight back, he's gone to the defensive line, has Bono Quies.
And Moran's going to cut up the inside possibly, he hasn't got enough momentum. But he will pick up a slipstream on the exit of this corner.
He's going to go down to P1. Moran's got the quicker straight line speed, he's going to enter P1 side by side, and he's got by! Good move! Cut back for Quies though.
A side by side, this is so risky. It's a courage test to see who's going to lift off quick, who's going to brake later, and right now none of them want to give up. This is some of the most aggressive driving I've ever seen, and they were still side by side through the corner.
Weiss holds on. That was brilliant on the outside there for Bono Weiss. As we entered the Fagna and now the Stavolo, as we now come down to Blanchimont, and Mika Pitline is all over the rear of Morgan Moran. Mika Pitline's got one hell of a toe. Don't go see for Blanchimont there, Miko.
But look at this!
They're going to go 4 wide. This is going to end in tears.
Moran's
Moran's the outside.
Has to try and make a sig. He's trying to go sweep it round. Got the inside lines, carnage! Jaakko Mikkonen and Peter Dublar involved.
He spun Mikkonen.
We're back at the front. Moran's in the lead, defending against Feast up the inside of La Source. And it's contact. Pumalani goes up.
Van Dorn to third.
This is amazing. Can this race get any more interesting? You've got Bono Weiss leading from Moran by virtually nothing. A rookie in his debut race with a rookie team in their debut race, up to third. Just behind them, you've got Mikko Puumalainen and Dennis Helder, team at fourth.
Back into the lead. Moran has gone back past and down Kemmel into Lecum. He's gone back by.
And Van Dorn and Puumalainen going at it. Puumalainen.
Van Dorn holds on though. He's still in third place. So Soft Van Dorn is still in third place. Puumalainen from Dennis Hill, from Dimitri Dematos. Jaakko Mikkonen is going to be seething with what happened there for Van Dorn. He did not want that to happen, but unfortunately it has, and I hope there's not repercussions from that. It was an audacious braking attempt from Van Dorn there, and I think he just got it a little bit wrong. Moran from Van Dorn now.
Can Moran hold on against Bono Weiss, a two-time world champion, been probably one of the most impressive names in sim racing this year, against Morgan Moran, who has shown he's come on leaps and bounds for ATR and been committed to the team, and this is where it's got them. They're now leading the Belgian Grand Prix in one of the most famous tracks in the world, 21 corners, and Morgan Moran's led for quite a few laps now, but it's been back and forth, back and forth. Can Bono Weiss get it through the bus stop chicane? He's got it through, he dives up the inside. Can he outbrake Morgan Moran? He does. Moran has to let go. Weiss goes deep. And Moran's going to try and sweep it. They're side by side again into La Source.
Quicker straight line speed as well. Moran will go to the inside. No, he's not. He's going to wait. He's biding his time. Good move. But Weiss ran deep. Weiss made a mistake. Ran deep.
But he's still come out in the heat. Stefan Moran does the fastest lap of the race at 1:47.608. Moran and Weiss again through Eau Rouge one more time. This time Bono leads the charge.
No,
these two absolutely flying.
He's got him already. But this will be a Moran move again, because he's just got the significant straight line speed. This is magnificent racing between these two. He defends straight away. And will he hold on? He does. Moran back into the lead.
I have to say, these two, I think after this race, will definitely have some words to say to each other. Hopefully, show some respect as well, because these two have performed some of the most spectacular racing I've ever witnessed.
It's magnificent stuff, this. They both battle as they head down to Pouon now. Moran leads from Bono Weiss, from Stoffel Van Dorn, who is in third, and he's just a second behind this battle now. And with Mikko Puumalainen, he's in fourth place. We've got Dennis Hurl. I think he's made a pit stop. He has. Hurl has come out and he's done his pit stop. He's on 11th place. And I think we're going to see the first round of pit stops coming back now. Hurl's pitted. Puumaleinen's going to be next by the looks of it, along in Dublar.
Yeah, as I was saying, with guys wanting to prove themselves and show what they've got, Miranda's doing that, and I tell you what, come the off-season, he will be hot property. Every team will want to try and snap this young man up. He's driving it exceedingly, but can he hold on against Bono Weiss? Into bus stop one more time. Weiss is desperately weaving.
But no, Weiss got on the inside. Will he go deep? Yeah, he's gone deep again, and he's going to... he nudged there slightly. Moran, it was very, very slight, but it was enough. Weiss is through. Puumalainen into pit lane, along with Dimitri Dematos and Duvallard as well. He's also in pit lane. So
look at Stoffel Van Dorn. Stoffel Van Dorn all over the back of Moran there for a moment as they go through the source. So now he's got the potential to show what he's got. He's right on the back of this Moran and Weiss battle, and they can't underestimate this guy. If Moran and Weiss are too focused on each other, Van Dorn could quite easily slip through as Moran opens up once again on Weiss.
Moran's gone to the outside. He is going to get back by some. Moran goes back into the lead again as we approach.
Weiss opens up but can't quite get it done. Bit of a bounce over the curb there.
Into the coombe, couldn't get it done, so he's hold on. Moran leads again from Weiss, but this is just allowed in top of Van Dorn to close in again. Now, just to filter through where we just left off. Dennis Hill beat Puumalainen out pit lane, so Hill from Puumalainen. Matos has come out just behind Duvallard as well. Great drive for Duvallard at the moment. Fantastic drive.
Well, yeah, a lot of these guys really are showing exactly what they can do. It's, you know, you've got Morgan Moran leading, you've got the rookie Stoffel Van Dorn in third, you've got Yannick Lapchin in P5 again for the new team, you've got Lee Morris in P7 for World F1. Who else is there? Dimitri de Matos P10, Duval 11th as you said. Paris is still going after a spin in 12th. So a lot of guys out there really driving some amazing races right now. But back at the front, Bono Quis again going to try and have a look at Moran in towards the bus stop. Can he make it stick? It's a side by side almost there. It's very close. They're literally pushing each other to see how far they'll go to try and overtake. And Bono Quis, I don't think, will stop at nothing. He even try to move around Eau Rouge, which is probably one of those aggressive moves you could ever try to make.
And so Van Dorn is into pit lane. He's into pits now. So Van Dorn.
Well, we'll watch his stop then. First ever FSR pit stop. And he's followed by his teammate. There could be a bit of queuing there. We're lucky that at the other end of the pit lane. So Stefan Rural also in. So 3 cars in on the same lap. Van Dorn gets out cleanly.
Van Dorn, can he get out in front of Hurl? No! He's lost out to Hurl, he's lost out to Pumalainen, he's going to lose out to Dematos if he's not careful. So, all that hard work for Van Dorn and he's lost out to Hurl and Pumalainen.
But can he make it back? This is the question. I mean, he's got quite a nice slipstream, but look at Dematos on the back of him. Gonna fancy his chances.
On the back of Van Dorn. Van Dorn goes to defend and he's held it. Oh, he's run deep though, too deep. Dematos goes around the outside. Very, very good move there to Dimitri Dematos. He gets by Stoffel Van Dorn, who's shuffled down to 8th.
Yep, and look at Morgan Moran and Bono Quis still charging at it. These two really have been flying the entire Grand Prix.
Yeah, absolutely. Morgan Moran, he's the man at the moment. He's leading, and I think these two guys are going to pit at exactly the same time as well. So, Morgan Moran from Bono Quis. We've got Jaakko Mikkonen is in 3rd, and Lee Morris is in 4th, and he's on a very long stint at the moment. Bono Quis, the outside of Blanchimon again, 2x2, but Moran holds it. So here we go then, Moran and Quis, will they both dive into pit lane? Moran runs a little deep, he'll cut back. Ooh, that was so close between them entering pit lane, so Moran enters pit lane, Bono Quis into pit lane as well now. Both get the speed down. They do indeed. Now Quis hits the jacks. Moran, he is in pit lane as well, much further down. Quis is away. Quis is out in front. Quis is beaten. Moran out pit lane now. Where's everyone else? That's the next question. Hurl's going to lead. He's going to lead. He's going to side by side going up to Eau Rouge. Dennis Hurl gets the lead. The overall lead net from the second, if he hasn't stopped. Dennis Hurl lead from Bono Quis. A couple of brilliant laps there for the MacCorp guys. Dennis Hurl leads from Bono Quis. He'll get outside, he's come up to Lecom though. And a great braking move again from Bono Quis. Bono Quis the lead. Dennis Hurl is in 3rd net currently. Moran 4th, Pumalainen 5th, Matic. Oh, big lock up there for Pumalainen. That's allowed Hurl through. Hurl from Moran, from Pumalainen, from Dematos. Van Dorn's on the back of Dematos as well. They're all so close together, the top 6. This is insane. Dumoulin is so close to them as well. Rowland's pitted. Lee Morris is also pitted. So they are in 9th and 10th, just 5 seconds behind these guys. Now, the pit stop will be Jaakko Mikkonen. Not too sure what he will be though. So, Bono Quis leads from Dennis Hurl. And Morgan Moran is now in currently 4th. When it all shakes out, will be 3rd. Oh, Dennis Hurl on the back of Bono Quis. No, not to be this time by. Closing again, there's Morgan Moran on Dennis Hurl. Van Dorn ran the outside, pushed out by Dematos. And Dumoulin going to get by. Yes, he does. Dumoulin is into 7th place. Van Dorn pushed back to 8th as he tried to pass Dematos. So, now we have Mikkonen leading by 8 seconds. We go and got Bono Quis in 2nd place. Now Moran's gone to the outside of Dennis Hurl coming onto Camel. Both cars have got very good straight line speed and he's nudged him to go behind that rear wing. Moran's going to dive to the inside on Hurl, will he? Does. Not close enough. Oh, Moran spins! Oh no! Morgan Moran is spun. Nearly gets taken out by D'Amatos. Opportunistic move from Van Dorn. Round the outside of Duval, inside of Moran. Move from Stoffel Van Dorn there. But back comes Morgan Moran. He's through to 6th again.
Yeah,
So it's not the
unfortunately,
end of the world yet for Morgan Moran. It has now allowed Huis and Hurl to scamper.
yeah, unfortunately I lag out of the server, so I'll try and keep you guys updated on the timings. And so as you said, so Jaakko Mikkänen's in the lead of the race then. From Bono Huis, Dennis Hurl, Peter Milan, D'Amatos, Moran, and then Van Dorn, who's still going incredibly strong in P7.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm still yet to see Mikkinen. Missed that one, but Mikkinen is fine. He's 9 seconds down the road currently from Bono Huis as he battles now with Dennis Hurl. Dennis Hurl closing on the entry to Blanchimont. He'll get close, but not close enough. No. So he lifted there as well, I think, Dennis Hurl, who's been much more cautious than the other guys have been. More cautious. That is Huis through, and Dennis Hurl still stays in 3rd place. Oh, Demagne outside of Moran! Oh no, Van Dorn's going to hold the back of Moran, and Duval did the same thing. I think they've all damaged. Moran's now weaving on the straight. He's got to go a little bit careful there, doesn't get in any trouble from race direction. So now Van Dorn tries to get back to Duval, can't get it done. Moran is closing D'Amatos. D'Amatos now pulling the gap. These guys are now starting to space out after all the shenanigans that have been going. Okay, now we've got Van Dorn to the inside of Duval. No, not this time by Moran has shut the door on R3 wide. No, Duval's boxed in. So Van Dorn goes around the outside of Duval, and Moran holds 6th place. On the entry to Lecom there. Coming down the hill, we come with Bono Huis on the approach to 1. So Huis from Hurl, from Pumalainen, from Dimitri D'Amatos now. This is a great drive for Dimitri D'Amatos once again. He had a 3rd at Hungaroring, and now he's really starting to show his mettle here. Moran still trying to hold on from Duval and Van Dorn. And holding on, he is just about there, Van Dorn. Moran is starting to bridge the gap to D'Amatos and pull away a little from Van Dorn. Lee Morris, in fact, closed up massively. And Stefan Ruel, so all this battling with all these guys here, Stefan Ruel and Lee Morris have closed in massively. Unfortunately, the guys at the front have pulled away. So it's not worked out quite the way they would like it to happen. But still, nevertheless, the gaps are pretty small. Jaakko Mikkinen, I'm still yet to see him pit. Try and catch your breath here now as all the action still continues. Huis, oh here we go again. Dennis Hurl is gone to the outside of Huis down the Camel Straight, and Hurl is by Huis. So Hurl is into 2nd place currently. Huis tries to outbrake. Hurl can't get it done. Hurl is in 2nd place currently. Pumalainen is closing in as well. It's just 1.6 behind Huis. 2.3 seconds behind D'Amatos. We've lost Mohamed Patel. Oh, massive battle now. What? Stefan Ruel's gone through. Stefan Ruel is in 7th place. Duval is in 6th. Ruel 7. Moran is now 8th. Van Dorn 9th. Morris is all over the back with Van Dorn. These guys closed in massively. This battling has just allowed them to close in so much, and Duval is scampered. He's now trying to catch Tos. So Lee Morris now on the back of Stoffel Van Dorn. And Morgan Moran is down to 8th from what was, well, a 1 point lead in the race. So now he'll catch the back of Stefan Ruel. He does indeed. He's going to go to the outside of Ruel. Whoa! Ruel put on the grass! Well, that's a bad move from Stefan Ruel there. He put him on, he moved so much so that he put Moran out onto the grass, and he spun on the entry to Blanchimont. That was a little bit naughty there for Ruel. Some will argue that Moran shouldn't have been there on the outside, but he's still got to give racing room, and his damage, and I think that's going to cost Moran everything. Yeah, he's down at 10th, he's got no chance in there. I think he picked up damage rear wing from that as well. So Ruel is in 7th, Van Dorn 8th, Lee Morris 9th. And Hurl is still in 2nd, Mikkinen is still leading. I still don't think I've made him make a pit stop yet. Believe it or not, we're in on lap 24 as well, so still 21 laps to go. And this race just starts to settle a little. Everyone can catch their breath again and regroup for this middle part of the stint. As ever though, the pit stops, well this time by actually the pit stops cost nothing. It's just been the fact that there's been so much action that it's cost a lot of people some time on track. So we are down to now 5.8 between Pearl and Mikkonen. And it looks like Jaakko Mikkonen will finally make his pit stop. As he comes through Blanchimont on to the bus stop. He'll flick right, will he go straight on or will he flick left? And into pit lane, race leader Jaakko Mikkonen comes. So, Mikkonen now into pit lane. Get beat down, whoa, just about. And hits his box. So Dennis Hill now is the race leader, Bono Huis. He goes through. As Mikkonen now leaves his pit box, Dematos goes through. Now Duvallard, where's he going to be? So Dematos goes through. Mikkonen, Duvallard is behind Mikkonen, but Duvallard has the quicker car going down up through Eau Rouge now. Out of Radion, and Duvallard will hold Jaakko Mikkonen. That precision car's got a lot of straight line speed compared to Duvallard though. So Mick will hold on to 5th place. Stefan Rowland 7th. Van Dorn 8th. Lee Morris is 9th. And Morgan has now unfortunately departed from the game. Oh, that's just tragic. Leading the race, and Morgan Moran is now out. That ATR Silverline car is so quick, but he just cannot catch a break. And unfortunately, that is the end for Morgan Moran and that ATR Silverline car. With the second one going up Disley, but he's in 13th place currently behind Tony Heikkinen. So, we've still got Dennis Hill out in front from Bono Huis in 2nd place. Nico Brittolainen in 3rd. Dimitri Dematos is in 4th place. Jaakko Mikkonen 5th. Duvallard 6th. Rowland 7th. Van Dorn 8th. Lee Morris 9th. Jim Paris sees Go Speed having a fantastic race in 10th. Tony Heikkinen is in 11th. Blair Disley 12th. Reino Green will be 13th. And that Barrett Runners out of the 20. High attrition rate here, which is quite surprising.
Especially for a trial like Spa, I mean, with the cars being as close together as they were, it's kind of to be expected that there were going to be a few incidents, and I don't know, it's just after the pit stop, it all seems to settle down a bit. There's been a few topsy-turvy moves. I mean, Stoffel Van Dorn still in P8 there, only 11 seconds off the lead as well, so he's still,
outside of Pearl, going down Campbell Straight. Now, can Bono Huis outdo his late braking manoeuvre again? He does, and Huis successfully moves through into 1st place from Dennis Hurl. So Huis leads again from Hurl. Oh, Huis ran wide at Pouon there. Huis had a little bit of a moment at Pouon, and it allowed Hurl to close, but not enough. So Huis maintains his lead, but he ran a touch wide at Pouon. Everyone seems to get gaps out now. It's only Hurl and Huis that are quite close together. Pummelainen is 2.2 seconds behind Hurl. Dimas is 1.6 behind Pummelainen. Mikkonen 1.8 behind Dematos. Duvallard 2 seconds behind Mikkonen. Rowland 1.7 behind Duvallard. Van Dorn 7 seconds behind. That gap is closing. 8 tenths back then to Lee Morris. Paris is 13 seconds down the road. Heikkinen is 1 minute and 3. Blair Disley is a full lap down. This is Reino Room. Oh no, we've just lost Tony Heikkinen now as well, unfortunately. So Heikkinen's just part of the game. So we've lost Tony Heikkinen there for War F1, but they've still got their other car. Lee Morris is in 9th. Hurl and Huis still the closest battle on track for the lead. 3/10 Splitston. Hurl wasn't able to close enough down Camel then. So this is turning out, well, shaping up to be very, very interesting. Now with, especially in terms of the championship, the second place, Mika Pumalainen will currently overhaul Jaakko Mitten, I believe. And Fredrik Nilsson and Natse Kirchhoff obviously won't score as retired and not a no-show for Kirchhoff. So Jaakko Mikkinen and Mika Pumalainen currently battling for that second overall in the championship. And it's Pumalainen that has the upper hand as he's in third and Mikkinen is in fifth. In terms of constructors, Huis currently where he is, well, that'll do nicely for him, as his teammate is in 5th place as well, so they'll put a nice haul of points with that at this current point on lap 27. Hurl tries to close on Huis again, can't get it enough. Huis makes that same mistake though into the bus stop. He is so good at Lecom, but coming into the bus stop he keeps making the same mistake, too deep into the corner. And again, that'll give Dennis Hill the world of confidence that he requires to try and get by. To Dennis Hill, Huis.
It's great to see Dennis Hill up there again, though, you know. He's kind of faded a bit, you know, during the season, and we've had him in the booth, of course, at Monaco. So to see him back up the front where he belongs, you know, with the front runners, it's just great to see him up there again.
And he is closing now on Bonnie Huis as we approach Lecom. Good move, he got it there late. And Dennis Hill takes the lead again. Good move, Bonnie Huis tries to fight back, can't get it done. Dennis Hill back into the lead. Dennis Hill, obviously a seasoned veteran now. Obviously he was the president for a while also, where he hung up his helmet for a little while. But now firmly back into the racing seat and firmly making a move on Bonnie Huis for the lead of this race. And in doing so, he is trying to now gap Bonnie Huis, but Huis, as ever, through this middle sector is absolutely superb. And it's just demonstrated that precision car seems just a lot compared to the Matt Corp car and also the ATLR Silverline that is still in the race. Just have a look further back down, and the closest battle on N2 would be Van Dorn closing on Rowland. And Lee Morris hasn't given up the fight either behind Van Dorn. Here we go again, Bonnie Huis to the outside. Now he gets the bus stop braking correct and goes around the outside of Dennis Hurl. So, Bonnie Huis moves back into the lead from Dennis Hurl as they move on to lap 29. Nothing can be done there for Dennis as he tries to now straighten that car as much as he possibly can out of that source, heading up to Eau Rouge. Top of the hill will go through Radion onto the Camel Straight. Here we go now. Hurl closing once again on Bonnie Huis. He'll go defend. No, he doesn't. And Dennis Hill backed out there. Why is he backing out? I hope that these two are allowed to still battle. Yeah, he backed out a little bit there. Whoa! Big mistake there for Huis. Just held on to it though. It was a little bit risky on the exit of Lecom. And up down the hill. Hurl backed off. He hasn't the past few laps. I think he's just biding his time once again, maybe just letting them tyres come back toward as Huis jets off through Pouon. And he's put 7/10 into Hurl, and it just shows that that middle sector for Huis is where he gains all his time as Hurl to close that gap back down. But I'm just wondering now if Hurl has to go a little bit careful, maybe you'll. These guys have been pushing so hard in this race, it's been unreal. That they might have to actually start watching that fuel gauge just to make sure they've got enough fuel to the end of this race. Obviously no refueling in Formula 1 and the same within FSR as Hurl tries to close in on Huis. Put that gap back down and there's 9 advantage to that Matt Corp. Working nicely against the precision. I think he really is spotting this. Mika Pumalainen has not given up this fight either. Still just 1.8 seconds behind. Anything hits up pushing these again, he'll be there. So Mika Pumalainen, this is a great day actually for the Matt Corp guys. This silver car looking absolutely beautiful as ever. I really do like the livery on this one. As Huis gets a good run through Eau Rouge and Radion, but Hurl again with that straight line advantage, closing in 200 miles an hour. He does, he just puts it back out again. No, knows he can't get Reese here. Biding his time again with Dennis Earl. And Dimitri de Matos. Dimitri de Matos is absolutely flying. I've missed this one. De Matos is flying and he's close so much. On the Pimline, Jackie Mikkelin's going with him as well. So de Matos has closed on Pimline. In fact, because those who have been battling, Mikko Pimline, Dimitri de Matos and Jackie Mikkelin have all closed in. Duvalar is a few seconds off Mikkelin, so that can be done as well. As Van Dorn has now passed Rowland. So Stoffel Van Dorn has got through and he's into 7th place from Stefan Rowland. Lee Morris, he's 9th place. I want to say he's not had a very eventful race because he hasn't really done much taken, but he's still there. Van Dorn has got a huge spin out of there on the approach to Stabilo. On the exit of Fania, got it out on the curb and he spun it straight across and he's made that mistake. So Van Dorn down to 9th, promoting Rowland and Lee Morris. Now Lee Morris is closing on Rowland through Blanchimont. He's going to look to the inside. Really, no, he's not quite close enough, but he'll get late on the brake. So Morris pulls it up, but he now knows he is close enough to Stefan Rowland. Has he got the straight line advantage? That Ward F1 car has been really coming on form. It's the fastest lap as well there for Lee Morris that he's done. 46.1. It's 46.0 the fastest. 45.8 now for Mikkelin. So they're all crackety fives. In fact, only Mikkelin's in the 45. 45.835. So Lee Morris, he is closing on through Eau Rouge, through Radion. Here we go. Lee Morris, Ward F1 to the right hand side on the inside of the Too Fast For You Stefan Rowland car as they come to their comp. Inside goes Lee Morris. Breaks Rowland even later though and holds on 7th place. It's a good braking manoeuvre there for Rowland and held outside. So that is Morris still in 8th, Rowland 7th.
I think it's always
leads to Pearl.
With Stoffel Van Dorn, it's still his first race with a new team and a new car. He's not used to this kind of situation and he's to still perform amazingly well. And he's still, unfortunately made a mistake.
Well, he's diving and made a pit stop there. So Van Dorn has made a pit stop. He's now 35 seconds behind Paracis, but it still puts him inside the top 10, which have been an achievement, I'd say, for these guys. New team, Stoffel Van Dorn, experienced real-life driver. Well experienced, just seems to getting better and better, and obviously cracking the sim racing world now as well. Now, Lee Morris, once again on the back of Stefan Rowland as we go through Blanchimont on the approach to the bus stop. Will he get it done this time by? Rowland defends brilliantly to the inside. Morris sees the opportunity around the outside, can't get it done, cuts back and tries to square the corner off. But Rowland with a beautiful drive off that corner holds on to 7th place. Now the battle heats up at the front and we've got Jacco Mikkelin closing on Dimitri de Matos. So this is the precision of the Twister car. Mikkelin closing on de Matos now as he tries to close in as much as he possibly can on the back of de Matos. Not this time though. Pumalainen is in 3rd and Huis from Pearl 1.8 still. Mikko Pumalainen behind. That gap has not changed at all since the pit stop, I swear. So Pumalainen 1.8 behind. De Matos is closing on Pumalainen, but it's because Mikkelin is putting under so much pressure. Precision can sniff a potential 1-2 if they were open down trail. Although that gap is quite big. Oh no, it's not, even you can see it. So, de Matos trying to close on Pumalainen. Mikkelin at the back of de Matos can read that Too Fast For You sign. Red logo. Duvalar is in 6th place. This is just a great drive for Duvalar. Netrex Racing, and he is into 6th place for Duvalar. Superb drive. Lee Morris still trying to close on Rowland. He's got a good run on the Stabilo as he approaches on Shimon. Can he get it done this time by? Ward F1 again on the Too Fast For You machinery. Going through Blanchimont, don't think he's going to get close enough. He'll look after braking to close the gap. He has done. Rowland, bit of oversteer though on the entrance to the bus stop there. Lee Morris closes, and he's got to go on the exit of the bus stop. Rowland now is just trying to hold that position. Morris late into the last source corner, cost him a long time there, cost him half a second. So now he needs a big big run through Rouge and Radion. Now, here we go. Mikkonen, 5th place on Dematos. It's Dematos. To the inside goes Mikkonen. Can he get it done? Late braking? No. Dematos holds on. Goes deep into Dimmer. Holds on just about though. Mikkonen tries to go around the outside. Gets on the grass. Easy there, Jaakko. You've got time. Just keep biding your time there. Hold on that position. At the front, Huis from Earl. Nothing splits them. 6-10. Line's closing the gap down to 1.6. Mikkonen trying to close on Dematos, trying to get ever closer, trying to pressure him even more. Duvalar, 2.1 seconds by Mikkonen. He can see that gap coming down. Morris on Rowland is the closest back, I'd say currently though, unless there's any more action going on between Mikkonen and Dematos this time though, because Dematos has pulled a slight gap as Dennis Hill, 4/10 behind both. Quicker straight line speed as they both Blanchimon, won't get near him though. Will get close, but not close enough. Drops off the curb there, Huis through Blanchimon. Needs to keep his concentration. We spoke about his consistency and how good he is at it. Whoa, huge look of Huis there. Going into the bus stop. Snatching that rear brake. I think he may have come down the gearbox a bit too much and snap the differential as well. But still, he holds on. Hurl is there though. He is ready to pounce Bono Huis. Lap 34 we're on now. Jaakko Mikkonen behind Dimitri Dematos as they close, and Morris is close on Rowland. He hasn't got the drive off the corner. This is what this World F1 car seems to struggle with, is the actual exit speed. Got the entry speed down to an absolute T. He enters the corner so fast. Hasn't got that exit speed that he wants though just yet. So as we go down Camel once again, and it's still Huis leading from Hurl. The gap though down to 1.5 to Mikko Pummerline behind Dennis Hurl. Dimitri Dematos, where's he at? He's in 4th. Jaakko Mikkonen is in 5th. These guys won't be making another stop, I don't think, unless it's a splash and dash. Oh, it's not a splash and dash, is it? It's a tyre and run, if they needed it. 45.8 though, Huis, fastest lap for him. 46.0 for Hurl. 46.1 for Pummerline, 46.1 for Dematos. 45.8 for Jaakko Mikkonen. I'll get them names right eventually. Duvalar is on a 46.0. 46.0 for Stefan Rowland, 46.1 for Lee Morris. So that World F1 car has been bang on pace there. I'd like to see more cars on the pace. And Lee Morris moving forwards. He's had his trials and triptych throughout this season. A lot of team switching, a lot of team hopping. But I think he's starting to really build himself in this now, really nestled in nicely and looking to progress this World F1 car. As these guys now really start to close up, as Huis has actually created a gap on Hurl on an second. But again, big block on that source. Hurl is still driving very, very nicely. 1.7 the gap back to the line in. Here we go. Jaakko Mikkonen on Dimitri Dematos as we approach Eau Rouge, going up through Eau Rouge now. Exit of Radion. Jaakko Mikkonen is all over the back of Dimitri Dematos, as close as he was last time. Can Dematos, will he just come back? No, Mikkonen down the inside. Jaakko Mikkonen, big late braking. No, Dematos again with a fantastic braking on the outside of Mikkonen on the entry to Le Cop.
Yeah, also as well, Stoffel Van Dorn still inside the top 10. So, to come into a debut race, fly with the leaders and finish in the top 10, that's going to be a good result for him.
The morale boost, that'd be a great one for the team as well to kick off their championship season, as Mikkonen is trying to close on Dematos again. Lee Morris still very much in the battle with Stefan Rowland to see if he can get close enough to another Stavolo that he really wants that run down to Blanchimon that he wants. Trying to progress as he possibly can. And I think Bono Huis has decided to check. I think on lap 35 he is now 1.6 seconds in front of Dennis Hurl. And I think this is Bono Huis saying, we've had a nice battle, it's been a nice little bit of fun this afternoon, but I'm off. Bono Huis is starting to scamper at the front. 45.3 his last time by. 45.2 this time by. Unreal pace from the Bono Huis. 1 minute 45 seconds, easily the quickest lap.
Yeah, Dennis Hurl's still got inside the 145.
It's a lap that's quicker by some 6/10 of a second now as well. So Bono Huis is on a charge. Here we go again. Jaakko Mäkinen, Dimitri de Matos out of Radion at the top as they go the Camel Straight. Mäkinen will close. Again, I don't think this precision car has as much straight line speed as the Twister car. It doesn't. But a big late braking again from Mäkinen, but de Matos holds on. This is fantastic defensive driving from Dimitri de Matos in that Twister racing car. And Bonnequist now has a 2-second advantage over Dennis Hurl. This is superb now for Bonnequist. He's just checking out 6/10 advantage over the rest of the field. And he's had enough. He's just walking it now. He knows he's got the advantage. Hurl will try, but I don't think it's enough because Weasley's just legged it. He's absolutely legged it. Hurl from Brunelainen. Now still got the battle though between Mäkinen and de Matos. Entry to Stavlo, slight up there for de Matos. Give Mäkinen a nice run out of Stavlo heading towards Shimon. He's in the slipstream. Now, can he get enough of it though? Because that car is obviously having a lot more wing. He is closing through Shimon. He will get close. Big lunge coming from Mäkinen. There is a lunge. That's a great move if he can pull it off. Mäkinen hard on the brakes, tries to. de Matos holds it round side though, pushes Mäkinen out onto the curbing on the exit of the bus stop and can't get it done, but Mäkinen had a beautiful late move down there on the entrance of that source. Now Dimitri de Matos defends that line. Now this closest to Mäkinen will have been coming up to Eau Rouge. Bottom of Eau Rouge now, top of Eau Rouge, Radion. This is the closest he has been indeed. Mäkinen, will he go to the left or the right? He'll go to the left. This is the outside. Not got the straight line speed though. De Matos easily gets that back. Big late lunge again from Mäkinen. No, de Matos holds on. So, still cannot get it done. De Matos still holds on to 4th place. Mr. in 5th. I'm sure Andre Kunchman, the race and team manager of Precision, is just itching for de Matos to surrender that position to Jaakko Mäkinen, but he is putting in one hell of a fight, and that Twister racing car is making itself very, very wide indeed. This is fantastic drive from Dimitri de Matos. Back at the front, 2.7 seconds now for Bonnequist. 45.1.
That's an insanely quick time.
45.8.
And look at Dennis Hurl's last time as well. You know, he's, as he said, a 45.8 and a 46.1 as well. So while he is proving, it's not that he's lacking back. It's just Bonnequist once again, as we've seen before, goes into this zone, this place which no other driver can reach, in which he's just completely alienated from the rest of the world, and he just drives his heart out of perfection, lap after lap after lap.
Yeah, here we go, Mäkinen closing on de Matos again into the bus stop. Big late move again, he is! Great move again from Jaakko Mäkinen, massively there on the brakes, uses all that downforce to his advantage, round the outside of the bus stop. This time he gets it done. Jaakko Mäkinen is by Dimitri de Matos. Good move there from Jaakko Mäkinen. Held his line, held his position, knew he could drive off that corner a lot quicker than Dimitri de Matos could, gets the job done. 4 tenths now. Can de Matos close through Eau Rouge again? We know he has good straight line speed. This Twister racing car is beautifully slippery today, and he is closing. Slight mistake at the top of Radion there, got on the curbing. Inside goes de Matos. De Matos blasts by. He's got so much more speed. He's 8 mile an hour more speed down that Camel Straight. And back by goes Dimitri de Matos. He's back into 4th place. So all that hard work of Jaakko Mäkinen undone by just a few slight mistakes there, just at the top of Ojan and Radion. But this time de Matos is through. And all this going on, I've noticed Dublart's just 8/10 behind Jaakko Mäkinen. This Netrex racing team are on for a dream day at the moment. 6th with a potential of 4th if he can close even more. This has been a sensational drive from Dublart. Wearing a Bruno Marquez helmet as well, fantastic. So at the front, 45.1 and 3.6 seconds down the road is Bonnequist. Dennis Hurl is in 2nd. Mika Boomerline is in 3rd. Dimitri de Matos is in 4th. Jaakko Mäkinen is in 5th. But this is not over. Lap 38, this is far from over. They will keep on closing at this Precision team and try and get that number 2 car onto the back of Dimitri de Matos, as the gap between Dennis Hurl and Mika Boomerline is 2.3 seconds, and the gap between Boomerline is 2.2. So, great stuff from all these guys. It's been absolutely cutthroat today. Superb drive from every single one of them out there. This has been far one of the best FSR races I've seen and commentated on in maybe a year or so. This absolutely superb.
I mean, the thing is, though,
Johannes, if you are listening, we need more Spas. Give us more Spas.
But throughout the season as well, it's slowly become, instead of more of 1, 2, 3, that start to get away from everyone and the gaps become exceedingly large. The guys start to get so close together, and we see some of the most professional racing out there. And you can see why this is one of the most premier sim racing leagues, because the professionalism and the, that drive, motivation that these drivers have is unparalleled. It's just phenomenal to sit and watch one of these FSR races, and I wouldn't end my weekends any other way.
I'm not sure if it's been any other way, but that's a good. I tend to agree with what you're saying. We might have a weekend in Amsterdam right now, actually. Bono Huiso, he's leading 4.2 seconds over Dennis Hurl, who has got his fastest lap of the race. 45.7 now for Dennis Hurl. So all these guys are always coming off, and ever closer gets Jaco Mikkinen on the back of Dimitri de Matos. But yeah, this has been absolutely staggering. The standard, the quality, there's been a slight little bump and run from some people, but the quality of racing today has been second to none. This has been absolutely superb. 44.9 for Bono Huis. This is incredible pace. On that 40, them tyres are getting really quite old now, but that fuel is well down. Bono Huis, the first man into the 40, 144.914. Absolutely staggering from Bono and that precision team. Dennis Hurl, 45.5. His is coming down, but it's still nothing like Bono Huis can do. Dennis Hurl now 2.9 seconds in front of his teammate Mikko Pumalainen, and I'm sure these guys are going to have a bit of a celebration tonight, because to get a second and a third is a dream day for the Corp guys. So Dimitri de Matos still in fourth. Jaco Mikkinen has dropped back from de Matos, but De Villard now closing on Jaco Mikkinen. Now this is getting interesting. Can De Villard put that NetRex racing car into 5th place? If he does, this will be one of the best results for a long time for NetRex. Absolutely superb. I'm going to say it's a cracking looking car as well, that NetRex one. Stefan 7th place man, still 8 tenths advantage over Lee Morris. Jim Parasis, shout out for him. This guy just keeps on finishing his car. 9th place, Jim Parasis, 21 seconds off the guys, but 46 too fast for him. Still a great work.
Yeah,
and then Tom Van Dorn, he's in 10th place.
With Jim Parasis as well, it's consistent. I mean, every race is, he's currently on 8 points. And, so to add some more there, and he's just literally been, since he's made in the World Championship in Go Speed, he's just been consistently there. Yeah, okay, he's had ups and downs and a couple of spins here and there, but he bounces back, doesn't let it get to him, and just drives like he knows he can do, and that's something he's so consistent, because he just doesn't let it phase him.
Well, absolutely, and I think the other key thing to that is that, if people are looking at the Drose 2012 and they're looking to see what happens next, obviously with the highly anticipated rFactor 2, I think this is the sort of scenario where people think he's a consistent driver. He knows evidently how to develop a car and set up a car, and people may think, if he can do the similar sort of thing in rFactor 2, we may kick off with Jim Parasis next season, if it is out. And I think that's just testament to what he can do. As you said, the consistency is the key thing. I spoke to Andrea Countryman in great detail and depth with him for quite a long time about Bono Huis and what he's capable of doing. And it's like you said, it's not all speed necessarily. It's just this sheer consistency, and that is what has defined this Formula Sim Racing season. I think that has been absolutely testament to how he has driven these past 2 seasons. But again, once these guys dialed these cars in, Dennis Hurl, superbly consistent, Mikko Pumalainen, he's done a fantastic job and will jump above Jaco Mikkinen, I think, today for that second position in the championship. Dimitri de Matos, 2 races in a row, looking like he will get 4th place. Jaco Mikkinen has had a down season, but he's up in 5th. He's improving. These guys are really starting to kick on, and it's fantastic to see. And De Villard, 6th place, NetRex Racing, just 1 second behind Ian Mikkinen. He's dropped a little bit there, but still, great drive. Stefan Rowland, they're about to end. Lee Morris, I want to praise him, but he's had some up and down races this, but it just goes to show, since that summer break, he has really kicked on it, and he knows what he wants. Start the season difficult, mid part of the season be difficult. Lee Morris though now, 45.5, his fastest lap. He's going to be another one to speak up about, because he's doing what he wants to do. He set out his target, he set out and he's now achieving slowly but surely what he wanted to do. It's taken some time, to find the right people that he really wanted to drive with. But it looks like now he is starting to really kick on with this World F1 team. As we say that, on lap 42, 44.9 still the fastest from Bonneville, 45.5 for Dennis Earl. And I think there you go, that just proves what my point actually. 45.5, Lee Morris and Dennis Earl, 8th, 2nd place. That's great work, that's fantastic work. That's the top 8 basically, 6/10 roughly of race pace. And 44.9 in Bonneville's first position. You have to excuse me, because I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit now. There's been so much going on this race, but it's been absolutely superb to watch on lap 42 as we are winding down to that checkered flag. And Bonneville stamping his mark once again. Even though he is world champion, he would not give up these 12. This is one key thing. Bonneville, even though he's in a titanic scrap between Hurl, between Putin. We had Van Dorn up there at one stage. We had Morgan around leading the race as well. But he was relentless. He would not give up. He refused to give up. He is world champion. He thought, no, I still want another win. And yet again, on lap 40, he crossed the line for lap 43, 144.898. This kid is just getting faster, faster and faster. It's unreal, the pace he is proving at the moment.
And it's like, the thing is as well though, he's already, like, some drivers, if they had been in Quee's shoes, they wouldn't be pushing that hard, but he's really looking to show, look, okay, I'm not going to stop it, this is what I can do, this is what I am capable of. And he just wants to further the record breaking. You know, he's won well over 75% of the races you see. I think it's over 90% of the races, and he doesn't want to stop there. He wants to take as many race victories as possible to his name, and, you know, just put that on his CV, have as many titles as he can at home in his cabinet. And, well, he's going the right way about it. A fantastic job. I don't think words can describe just how well this guy's doing. I mean, he had all that fighting with Morgan Moran and Dennis Hurl, and he just showed exactly why he is a double world champion.
Absolutely, and it just goes to show what he is doing now. You put the right team around him, put the right team around the right person, and you just reap the benefits. I mean, we can't speak highly enough. People say, oh, it's boring watching Bono win all the time. You've got to take into consideration, look at, you know, Ross Brawn and Michael Schumacher, how dominant they were. Joe Burgess and Valentino Rossi, again, dominant seasons in MotoGP. This is just the thing, and we can honestly say now, I mean, I might get this slightly wrong, but Andre Kunchman and Bonnie Weiss, the team around them, it's just working. It's firing on all 8 cylinders, and it's brilliant to see. Team really blended, gelled together as we cross the line now. He's done another fastest lap, believe it or not. 1:44.827. He's actually beaten his own time once again. On to the final lap now of this wonderful, magnificent, Ardmore situated Spa-Francorchamps circuit. As he heads up through Eau Rouge, he's absolutely still. He is not giving up. I think he's going to try and do another lap record again on this lap for him personally. Out to 8 seconds over Dennis Earl. It's incredible. So, De Matos is still in 4th. He is held off the battle from Mikkonen. Duvlar is 6th. Rowland 7th, 8th Morris. So we are on the final tour of this picturesque circuit, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that I know have been to Spa. I've not been there myself, but I want to go one day. And I know there's a lot of people that have been there that speak very, very highly of the place. And it's not only just for the F1. There's magnificent sports car racing. You get the lower series categories race around here as well, and it's a fantastic circuit to drive. As we head through the final few corners now, we are down at Stavel as he comes through on the approach now to Blanchimont is Bono Huis. A beautiful drive this for Bono Huis, absolutely superb. Through Blanchimont at 193 miles an hour. He'll hit the brakes at the 100 metre board. He doesn't. He gets all that speed off. Right and then left through the bus stop. And Bono Huis will win once again into 11. Fantastic win for Bono Huis and the Precision Motorsports team. He wins. Bono Huis, another win. And Dennis Earl, massive congratulations, Dennis Earl. 2nd place. Very, very well done. Mika Pum, his teammate, 3rd. Matt Cobb, very well done. Jake Mikkonen, 4th place. From De Matos, what happened there? What happened there? I've missed that. Mikkonen has got by De Matos. Matos must have made a mistake, but Mikkonen's in 4th. D'Amato stands at 5th, Duvallard is 6th, Stefan Ruelt is 7th, Lee Morris is 8th, Perisis, fantastic drive. He is kept on the lead lap. Round the bus stop he comes now, and he will finish in 9th place. Great
and look
job.
at 10th place.
Jim Priest
Stoffel
is
Van Dorn
Stoffel
bringing
Van
home
Dorn,
his car.
his first FSR race. He had a few problems. He had a bit of a spin and some damage, but Stoffel Van Dorn will finish his race. He did a 45.0, so that's an impressive lap there as well. So he will come across line 3. Bus stop he comes. Stoffel Van Dorn, very well done, in 10th place. And Blair Disley will come across in 11th place, a lap down. Reino Room, he is still to finish his race.
So it's a position then. Position, I believe, take the Constructors' Championship as well then.
Yeah, absolutely. That will be Precision with the title. So big congratulations to Precision Motorsport drivers and now constructors. So well done, Precision Motorsports, completing it by round 12. So that is absolutely superb.
Who's your driver of the day then, Nick? Who's that really stood out for you today?
Whoa! Reino Room just spun at the final corner. Oh, that's a tough one. Driver of the day. That is going to be. Whoa. I don't know. You have to give me a minute here. I'm going to have to think about this. I'm going to give it to Dennis Hurl, actually. I think he drove very, very well. He did a fantastic middle stint, exit of pit lane, them opening a few laps and then fresh set of tyres. He did really, really well to bang in some very, very fast laps. And it was fantastic to see. And I think Dennis Hurl really showed his mettle there and got up with Bono Queese. So, as much as I want to give it to Bono, there was a few mistakes in that race. You know, the lead disappeared now and again here and there. Dennis Hurl for me, I'm going to give it to. Very, very closely matched by Peter Duvallard, who in that Necrex car was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I would just like to point out, at the end of this race, after 44 exhilarating laps, the top 8 split by 17.4 seconds. That is fantastic racing.
Yeah, I think my driver of the day, I think, without a doubt, from a personal perspective, has to go to Morgan Moran. I mean, you know, he's come on leaps and bounds this season, and then to challenge Bono Queese and have such an epic fight with him. It's been one of the greatest fights in FSR. We saw the Hakkinen and Schumacher-esque move. They've been, you know, back and forth positions, constant overtaking. And to do it cleanly without major contact or taking each other out or being dirty and cutting each other off, it's just been phenomenal. And unfortunately his race ended early, but I think to take the positives from that, I think for the pure performance of Morgan Moran, it has to go to him.
I agree with what you're saying, but I can't give it to him because he didn't finish, and I don't think that. It's like I don't know. It's like giving a centre forward man of the match when he hasn't scored a goal. It's not quite right, that one, but I think the essence of what you're saying there is correct, and I think it will just show that it is there. He can do it. He just has to get to the end of the race. But I've got to say, this Spa-Francorchamps race has been absolutely sensational. And I really hope that you can join us all again for round 13 at Monza, which should be an even more epic race on the 18th of September, which is in 2 weeks' time. So hopefully you can join us for that one. Yeah.
So from me and Nick, we'll hopefully see you in 2 weeks' time at Monza for what promises to be yet another exciting race. If this one's anything to go by, then it's going to be it's going to be something to remember. So. Goodbye until next week, or next race.